Good evening, everyone. Hope we're going well again. Back for another watch along. We continue the stretch of doing every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So hopefully tonight, I just pray to the footy gods. Fantasy gods, just please, can we just have an enjoyable watch along? Like, our players score well. No carnage, no nothing. It'd just be nice to sit here and go, oh, Sanders is racking up. Oh, Davidson's going well. We can loop him on. Instead of going, oh, here we go. Like, last night wasn't the worst one we've had, but it was still, for 3 quarters, was still pretty average. So the first quarter, Reed did crap. Then the first 3 quarters, Horn, France, and Rose did crap. Was just thankfully Reed in the last 3. And then the other 2 in the last quarter did well. And Pryor was pretty good as well. So hopefully, good watch along. Hope we're all going well. If you've got any questions in regards to trades, again, I can answer those before we get stuck into everything. So, Buki Boonda, better to field, S. Davidson or Stone? Davidson for me. If you can loop somehow, like if you've got a Wicks or a Corey Warner, loop. But if you can only do one, for me, it's Davidson. I think Stone won't score much more than 60, whereas Davidson's got the ceiling to go bigger. Hey, beautiful. We got an early super chat from Sneaker Dad 1978. I had to read it on my phone because it's sort of the whole username doesn't pop up on the chat that I've got. Actually, hang on. If I did that, yeah, it does. Okay, should have just done that. Anyway, actually, I might do that from now. I'll put that down a little bit more, and I'll open the chat up more so then the usernames come in. Thank you, Sneaker Dad. You've made me adjust the stream for good. But very much appreciate the super chat, mate. Thank you very much for sending that through. First person I see on the screen, Sam Davidson. Got Perryman to Nasiah, but should I trade Will Ashcroft or Day to Rankin? Watching Lions games, I'm really concerned about Ashcroft role, same as last year. For me, are those two, I think it's still Day, because Day has got a Bedford tag into a bye, into a Port potential tag there. So 3 really tough, 3 weeks where he's not going to do a great deal. I know Ashcroft hasn't been great, and I don't know about the weather this week, but then he goes into Richmond next week, and then the week after he's got the Bulldogs. So 3 pretty good, nice fixtures on paper. This week may not be as good, but I'd still be going Day out first. I think Ashcroft you'd rather hold. In worst case, you've got to trade Ashcroft. You trade him out, so be it. But for me, Day's got to go, and I think he's not going to put up a very good score this week. Jai Dodd, hey Bales, what are your thoughts on these trades? Will Ashcroft and Perryman to Never and Nasiah? I like those. Or Campo and Perryman to Hull and Rioli or Humphreys. Yeah, I like the Campo to Hull trade, but I don't love the other ones. Jai, could you maybe, I don't know how much cash you got. Obviously, it'd be great if you could do Campo to Hull and Perryman up to Nasiah. I'm assuming you're short of that. If you don't have that, I would tick off those trades, the Ashcroft and Perryman, because at the end of the day, Ashcroft's not going to be a top 8. He's got good matchups, but if he gets you Nevitt to make cash and you get Nasiah, I'd do those trades. I like Perryman to Hull, I like Campo to Hull, but I don't love Perryman to just a Rioli or Humphreys type. I'd rather you go up to a Nasiah or someone like that. Trade or hold Stuart owner, bring him later when he's cheap, says Jai Dodd. I'm Stuart owner, I'm holding. Okay. Part of me almost hopes he doesn't play this week because then he won't go down as much. But if he does, I think he'll play. He hasn't flown up to Brisbane to then just be a laid out, right? They're not. If there was anyone that's going to be a doubt, it would have been Bailey Smith that could be the guy that could be a laid out. If Stuart's flown up, he's clearly fine. His knee's fine. And worst case is if he misses this week anyway, he's back next week. So for me, Stuart's a hold. And that would be what I'd be doing. Why is this? Okay, there we go. So that's what I'll be doing, Jai, but I'm holding Stuart. Because as you say as well, you're going to trade into him when he's cheaper anyway. So the silver lining in a way is, okay, we've already lost the cash. If you then trade into him, you've lost 70k that you never even had. So you're starting 70k less than the comp. Whereas if you don't have to trade back into Stuart, he makes that money back. Then all of a sudden you'll be saving a trade and you'll be able to get the next guy that's people might not be able to get when they're bringing in Stuart. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Tony Ford, pick Henderson over Closey. Either would be on the bench. Henderson for me. He's better job security. Closey, I know I said on the pre-lockout chat that I don't like the pick. It's not that I don't like the pick. It's just his jobs. If someone told me he was in the team for 4 weeks, not the sub, and guaranteed it, I'd say he's a better pick than Henderson. But you can't because there is a chance that he's the sub. So I would be going for Henderson. I think he's more entrenched in the 22, and Closey could still be the sub. So I would be going for Henderson. I think it's easy. Yo, Bales, how are you this evening? Good, mate. Good. Hoping that we can have a good night tonight. Tonight is going to be interesting. We got Fraser, Sanders, and Davidson. So no Carlton players, interestingly enough. And I've actually tipped Carlton. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So no Carlton players. Obviously, Campo not playing is the reason I don't have a Carlton player. But the 3 Doggies players. So hopefully we get a good game. I do feel like with Mackay could be interesting, but it's going to be a good game, I think. Hopefully, fantasy follows suit with that. Brisbane Bloods, how many green dots do you have and how many rookies on field? So I've got, if we're going to count the bye players as green dots, because Wicks and Roberts are in the team, I've got 27. So Campo, Boyd, and Hasty are the 3 I don't. That's why. So I've had an adjustment with trades. Not a big adjustment. Literally, I'm just going to Siren Sinclair because looking at the price projector, so there was an update. So obviously, people that tuned in last night obviously heard me talking about Marias, and it said he was going up by like 116k or something like that. But I think that the price projector got updated today. So with the 93, Marias goes up 75k. He'll be priced at 335 with a minus 27 break even. So with that, I did some calculations for next week. If I was to go Camporelli and Hasty across to Marias and Bice, if I went Sinclair, I'd have 1k in the bank. With Nasiah, I would have 13k in the bank. And I just feel that the Sinclair one's too risky, running the risk of having 1k. Okay, I could go Sam Taylor out. But if Sam Taylor was to pop a big score this week and I want to hold him for 1 extra week, then I've got the ability to do that. So it's got just a bit more flexibility with that 12k. So that's why I'm thinking there. But I do think Sinclair scores more this week. I think his ceiling is bigger than what's in the size will be. Elizano, high bars went Campo to Lindsay and Wicks to Closey. Pending subs could change to Hull, but for now it's Closey. Campo to Lindsay. Yep, tick. Wicks to Closey. I like those Elizano. I would be still picking Hull regardless if Closey's the sub or not. Because Hull plays before. So you won't know if Closey is or isn't. He probably won't be after the way he played last week. But just in case, I would be going Max Hull anyway. Mid-forward flexibility. I think pretty sure Closey's also got mid-forward flexibility as well. He does. I don't love the job security. I just don't love it. I don't know. If your team's in a really good spot and you can take the risk on for 3 weeks with a guy that could make more cash but could also be sub, you could do it. But I just think he could be sub at any point. So for me, I would be going for Max Hull. But I love the first trade. Campo to Lindsay, good trade. Angus Easy, watch Day spied us to go 100. Says, probably, yep. It's Edge. What players you got tonight, mate? I've got Sanders, Fraser, and Davidson on the bench looping. So I want him to score well, though, because otherwise I'll have Connor Stone on the field, and I don't see him going much more than 60. So I'd rather just Davidson score big tonight, not have to worry about it. I think if Davidson goes 65, 70 plus, I'll probably take it. That's probably where I'm leaning to. Luke Davies, hey Bales, love the streams. Thanks, mate. Who are the best options for lower price rookies in the backline as I currently have Leake and Bo Allen? Okay, yeah, so that's obviously a little bit of an issue because obviously both aren't playing at the moment. Bo Allen will come in at some point, so he can sit there. James Leake, I don't know when he will come back in. For me, the easy trade next week for you, Luke, if you can make it happen, is Leake to Riley Bice if he's not the sub and named in the 22. That'll cost you 26k. 32k. Sorry, 32k. 32k from Leake up to Bice. That's the trade you got to make next week, I think. Get someone at least on your bench. Jacob Delaporte, hey Bales, Phil Davidson or Garcia can't loop. Yes, this is an interesting question, Jacob. So we chatted about this on the pre-lockout chat. And the thing is, the can't loop is the big thing for me. If you're confident in 18 of your players and their scoring, I would play Garcia because of the matchup. But if you've got a trainer on field, if you've got another rookie on field, if you've got a couple other guys that you're not sure about and you're like, I don't know what my 18's going to be, I think you play Davidson because at least you know he's not the sub and he's playing tonight. and you can always look at Garcia tomorrow and play him for another rookie instead. So for me, for safety, I'm Davidson. But because Guesty could be sub, right? But if he's not sub, could you make an adjustment and put him on field over another rookie? That's obviously the question, Jacob. If you're confident in your 18, though, I think Garcia's got the ability to probably score more than 80, but I think Davidson's got the ceiling. We saw it in the preseason. So it's a tricky one. I'm Davidson just, but Garcia could also score more. So please don't hold against me if Garcia's not sub and goes better. It's Edge. Hollands will ton up watch, says, mate, probably. Angus Heasley, would you run Silvani or Norton on field in draft? Tricky one. Good question. I think with Mackay out, he won't play forward Silvani. He won't play in defence. I'm tipping Carlton to win, so I'll go Silvani, but both could obviously go more. I'll go Silvani because I'm tipping Carlton. James Evans, I hate myself already for most likely holding Stewart, going Data Rankin instead. Mate, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing Data Rankin and holding Stewart. So we're in it together. Hopefully it goes well for us. I still think we're saving a trade. Obviously, if something happened to Stewart mid-game and he goes out and gets another 20 or something, we're losing a lot of cash, and that's really, really going to sting. But I just feel like that you can't predict injuries, right? And if Stewart's right to play, he's right to play. So I'm backing in Stewart. Fiona, hi Bales, thanks for doing the watch-alongs. Thanks, Fiona, very much appreciate the kind words there. Bring Baz back instead of trading Perryman. Ooh. I think you have to. I think you can't afford to miss Baz. And then trade Perryman next week. I think that's what I'd be doing. I don't love holding Perryman, but for a guy like Bailey Smith, I think you do it. It's a tricky one, Fiona. Tricky one, but I probably would get Baz. Who are you trading out to Baz, Fiona? That would be my question. Who are you trading to, Baz? Karen Shannon, evening all. Dale's my VC into McRae. Don't mind that cheeky Dale VC tonight. Tony Ford, you got TDK? No TDK. Oh, of course. Oh my God, that's very disrespectful. I literally don't look at my rucks, to be honest. That's the thing. Yes, I've got 4. Yes, I've got 4 tonight. So we've got TDK, Davidson, Sanders, Fraser. So makes me feel a bit better at tipping Carlton. At least I can hope DeConing goes one, can't win. So I know a few people got there. Tony and Jared asking if I've got any Tony TDK. Bookie Booner, come on, Davidson to Hollands. Ben Hayes, where does Henderson play? He's more like a high half forward, gets up around stoppages sometimes. That's from what I've seen. Davidson or Hall says it's Edge. Part of me still wants to go Davidson because I think he's got the ceiling in best 18, but Hall's got the matchup. So it's tricky, right? What are you looking for, Edge? Are you looking for a guy that can go 100 or a guy that can give you 70? If you're looking for a guy that can give you 70, I think it's Hall. If you're looking for a guy that could potentially go 100 but could also give you a 50 or a 60, I'd go Davidson. Looks like what are you looking for, Edge? That's what I'd be saying. Fiona, trading either Garcia or Hasty to Baz was doing Perryman to Wang. Oh, no. What's your other trade, Fiona? What's your third? What's the first trade that you're doing? Because I would see what you're doing there. Because if you could do Perryman to Nasaya and like Garcia to Baz, they're amazing trades. But I don't know if you have the cash to do it. You're probably going like day down to make that happen, I would imagine. Any other questions for tonight? Hi, Buzz. Are you a fan of Bowie or do you not trust that scoring, says Brian Foster? He'll be okay. I just don't think I think if you started with him, great. I don't know if I'm trading into him. I was looking at that originally, but I'm probably not doing that now. Surely no shit show tonight, says Ben Hayes. Oh, well, you never know, mate. It's been a shit show, pretty much most watch-alongs for us on here, so we'll see what happens. Can I jump on to Koning now that Stewart's named? Says for your friends. I wouldn't be trading into Sam de Koning now, no. I don't think I would be. Hope Sanders stinks up. Traded that spud ages ago, says Ben. Well, I hope he doesn't. I'd be happy with an 80 or a 90, so hopefully he goes okay. Anyone, do I play Hall or Davidson? Please help quickly. I'd go Davidson tonight. Looking for the ceiling. Have no rookie on field because Stewart. I'll go Davidson. Good shout, Bales. Yep. So I'd be going to Davidson if you're looking for that. So Data Nevitt. Oh, I like that trade as well. Obviously, Fiona, if you could, I would if you had like a defender in your midfield or utility, Perryman to Never, and then Garcia or Hasty up to Baz would be good. I think because Baz is coming from an injury and it's because he's Brisbane and it's going to be wet, do Perryman to Nasiah and do Day to Never, and then plan to get Baz next week. That's what I would be doing, Fiona. It doesn't feel good missing out on Bailey Smith this week, but at least you get to watch him, right? So I'd be doing that. So much chat coming in at the moment. Apologies if I missed your question for tonight. There's the games literally, players are locked out. So apologies if I did miss any question for tonight. I think I got them all, but apologies if I missed it for tonight. But we're about to get underway. Got a fair few players tonight. As I said, I forgot about bloody TDK. So hopefully he can get the job done. But yeah, Davidson on the bench for me, Sanders, De Koning, and Fraser. So where's Fraser starting? On the ground? Whereabouts on the ground is the question. I'm assuming Sanders is starting on the ground as well. Okay, so Positivity is starting. Sanders starting on the ground. Fraser starting on the ground. Obviously, we know TDK will start on the ground, and hopefully Davidson. So Fraser starting at half forward, it looks like. So about to get underway. Hopefully a good night. Hopefully. That's all we want, footy fantasy gods. We just want a good night of streaming and to sit back and relax and enjoy some scores. Here we go. Underway. And TDK gets the first hit out. And gets a point already, which is great. So Chera got a free kick for holding the ball or throw. So good start for Chera. So a few people out there probably got Chera as well. Hopefully he can go well for a few of his owners tonight. I've got a feeling about Sanders tonight that he could actually go quite well. I've got a feeling he could get a few +6s, get some tackles. Obviously his role's not going to be as good as what it was. There's Fraser with a tackle. Good start for Fraser. Good positive start. We've got some positivity in the air, which is good. I think TDK got another hit out. Chera again. So Chera's had a really good start as well. He'll be topping the scoring for sure to start the game. Bramble should have gone to Davidson, and he's been caught holding the ball. Absolute spud. He should not be in Bulldogs' best 22. He really shouldn't be. Hawthorn got rid of him when they were rebuilding. That should tell you everything you need to know. And he had Davidson for an easy handball, trying to take everyone on and get caught holding the ball. So absolute spud. So Motlop clearly kicks this because his scores have updated on the screen. So English got counted with that hit out. So it's one apiece. Let's see if I can catch up on this other chat that was here. Back again, watching you watch Sanders, says Andy Munro. Now, hopefully he goes well. Should I take the punt on Garcia if he isn't the sub or go with Stone? I'd be going Garcia because you can actually see if he's sub or not. Fallen Wrath. I'd be playing Garcia over Stone, but you'll be able to know if he's sub. So I'll be starting Garcia over Stone. Luke Days, can you explain how to do emergency loophole? Please don't understand it. So you put an emergency on a player that you would like to watch. So let's use Sam Davidson as the example, right? That's who I've got tonight. You put the emergency on him on your bench in your forward line. Say he scores 65. I'd be happy enough with that. I'll take the 65. I then play a Sam Wicks on field who's not playing, or you play a red dot player that's not playing onto your field, and you get Davidson's score on field. That's how you do the emergency loophole. Tom Power, fine with Wardlaw, come back soon, says Ben. I think so. Tom Power's look great. I'm fine with Tom Power. Tackle for Cripper. I think Chera could have got a free kick there. I don't know if it was advantage. There's Fraser. No disposal or anything there. Oh, that's an awful kick from Vandermeer. Silvani playing defence. So I hope that whoever's going Norton or Silvani went Silvani because he started in defence, which is good to see. There's English. You got Fraser short. Yes, Fraser. Beautiful. Fraser +5 gets the handball away. Bailey Williams kicks in the sub. That's an awful kick. He's trying to find Libber. Richards, Fraser. Oh, get rid of it, Fraser. Got a handball just. Awful handball and intercepted by Carlton. So here goes Zach Williams. He could go all the way here. He's telling his player to run. That's a great kick. Cracking kick to Kerno. Really good play there from Zach Williams. Moonboy, g'day Bowls. Made it to the weekend, hoping for some better luck this round. Oh, mate, you and me both. I think I answered that from its edge before. Yep. Footy Frenzy, can I jump on Deco now that Stewart's named? I wouldn't be, with the tough matchups to come. Sinclair and Asai says Flag Hawk. Oh, this one, I tell you what, has been 50-50 for me all week. I've been tossing up between the two. I'm going to Asai because I need the 12K. I think Sinclair scores more this week and's got the bigger ceiling. But Nasai's looking pretty bloody good. So whichever one you want more Flag Hawk, I'm going Nasai because I need the 12K. If I didn't need the 12K, I like Sinclair's ceiling, but I think both you're going to be happy with either. So I would go whichever one you like. I guess as well, Sinclair had an injury pre-season. Nasai didn't. Maybe you want to go with the guy that's had a full pre-season. So, but you're splitting hairs here. I think both could be really good. Crinkly Cut, Will Data, Lindsay and Perryman to which premium? One of the Saints boys, Crinkly Cut, would be what I'd be doing. I'd be going Nasai or Sinclair, whichever one you like. I'm going Nasai, so at this stage. And I think I will stick with that. The only way I won't stick with that is if I need the cash from Taylor down next week. Then I might go Sinclair, but yeah. Tony Ford, filling Davidson over Hall. Either one should be drawn from best 18 along with Garcia, Pryor and Ashcroft. Hopefully that's the case, mate. Will you show the game on screen or not, says Layla. No, unfortunately, because copyright, the stream will be taken down. So we just do the watch-along, watch on your screen and chat some fantasy, chat some footy, chat whatever you want in the chat. But you can't show this game on the screen, unfortunately, for all the copyright stuff. Where was I up to? Don't know where. Where was I up to the chat? Or did... Oh, there it is. Andrew, the next one. Where is it? I've got Zach Williams, Sam Davidson, and Sam Doherty tonight. Hopefully, I'm interested in the Doc. He's someone I'm keeping a close eye on to see how he goes. I prefer him to play off half back, but I don't know if Carlton necessarily going to do that, which is frustrating. There's Fraser again. I like Fraser's role. I don't know if that would count as a tackle for Fraser, but a few Bulldogs fans saying Fraser reminds him of a young Bont. Here's TDK, handball. Intercepted by Richards, Matt Kennedy, Davidson, first disposal, handball, English handball. Gallagher, kick straight to Silvani. No mark there, though. Darcy probably should have given it to Norton there. Not a great kick. So it looks like Doc's playing on a wing at the moment. There's Ed Richards. Really good player, Ed Richards. And out of bounds. Hey, Bales, Day to Dawson or Garcia if sub to Closey, says Aiden Fernandez. I would be going Day to... Oh, and it's hard for me not to recommend Dawson because of how good he's looked. If I was a non-owner... And it's hard, it's easy for me to say as an owner saying for someone that doesn't have him, right? But as a non-owner, I don't think you can pay up for Dawson at this early stage of the season. You're paying up for a guy at 116. If he puts up a bad score, he's going down in price, and you're paying 116. Whereas you bring in a Petrarca priced at 93. You bring in Tom Powell at 89, priced at 89. Holland's free kick against, so not a good start for Holland's. Even a Tom Green, priced at 105, is 11 points cheaper. TDK, intercept mark. Beautiful. Good start for TDK here. Short to Doherty as well. Yeah, so I don't think I can pay for Dawson. And as I said, I know it's easy for me to say as an owner already, but I wouldn't be doing it. So I'd be doing Day out. And if Garcia is sub, then you can go to a Max Hall or a Closey or whoever you prefer. Cripper, good kick to Lewis Young. And Young goal. So Young's playing forward tonight, it looks like, instead of Silvani. So Carlton, good start. Kick the first three. Hopefully that Bello Spud puts Sanders full forward again, says Ben. Or I hope not, mate. Prioritising cash gen, says Aiden Fernandez. If you're prioritising cash gen, Garcia down is the play. But Matt F. Hey, Bales, Hollands to Never or Hull. Day to Powell or to more of a premium like a Tom Green. I would go Hollands to Never and Day to Powell if you can. I like Tom Green, but you might say a bit of cash with him there. If you want to go Tom Green now, and you can go Hollands to Never and Day up to Tom Green. I don't mind that as well. But yeah, I'll be doing Never definitely over Hull. It's Edge. Bales, if I have 2 non-playing players on field and 2 emergencies, do I get both? Yes, you do. Yep. So if you've got, let's say, Perryman and Roberts, and you've got Trainer and Reed on the bench, both emergencies, you'll get both those scores this week. Who's better this week? Nasai, Sinclair, or Whitfield? Probably one of the Saints boys, Corey. And as I've said to a few people, pick the one you like the most. Because I think both could be good. Harms, give it back to Fraser. No, he's not. He's going to go forward. Good mark by Darcy. Jeez, he's a good player, isn't he? Hey, Bales. Hopefully we're in for a good night of football and scoring, says Sebastian. Thanks, mate. Hope you're going well. And yes, hopefully we are in for a good night of scoring. That's the hope anyway. Obviously, good start for Fraser and TDK. Corey Black Legend Day will go to Lindsay this week. I like Day to Lindsay. Yep, I like that. And yeah, get one of those defenders. I'd prefer one of the Saints boys and save a bit of cash. Is that going to go in from? No, it's going to go across the face and behind. I'm gone Taranto to Rosie and Perryman to Zorko, says Andrew. Yep, don't mind those two. Obviously, Rosie was bad, but I probably would have kept Taranto, and that's why I said to Jordox, because he was looking at trading Taranto, but you got to hold these guys. You can't trade premiums at this early stage unless they're injured. Walsh handball. First time I've seen Walsh tonight, so Francis Evans, don't really get how he's got a game over Camporelli, but there you go. Harms +6. I was hoping that would be Fraser. If they switch it, Davidson's on the other side. Is that Fraser? No, Libber. Libber's got English, and then English has got, I think, looks like Fraser's in the middle of the ground. If Gallagher goes there instead. No, he goes further to Darcy. No, O'Donnell, sorry. Come on, Davidson. Go for the mark, mate. I don't know why Davidson didn't go for the mark there. He was kicking to Davidson. He just didn't go for it. 30 seconds in, and Bell's already calling people Spud's going to be a long, funny watch. Who did I call a Spud? Oh, Bramble. Yeah. Ben said bring in Powell, Callahan, or Sligo. I'm Powell out of those 3. Garcia over Hall if Davidson doesn't work out tonight. Yeah, I'd go Garcia if he's not the sub over Hall, yes. There's Doherty. I think Doherty's got a few touches early. Come on, Davidson, go for the mark. Oh, he dropped the mark. God damn it. That was an easy one in the end anyway. He had a chest mark, and he would have been lining up. Refresh. Yeah, I just did not too long ago, but I'm assuming that as I'm catching up to this chat. What if I don't have anyone not playing for the emergency loop? Then you can't loop, Luke. You can only loop on the bench if you've got no one. If you've got someone on BIOS or red dot. Otherwise, you can't loop. Where's Holland's playing? Still half-back or is he wing? Half-back exceptions, but he started on the bench. Angus, he's the emergency loophole, deliberately running an injured player, drop player to gain an emergency player's score. If an injured player is your captain, then your VC will count in double. Yeah, agreed. That's Angus. It's exactly how you do it. Good footy by Williams, says Jared Hitting. Yep, that was a good play from him earlier before. I'm still slowly catching up to the chat. There will obviously be a time when there's, hopefully, when we get a lot of, way too many people tuning in, I won't be able to catch up on the chat and then have to be missing chat, unfortunately. But that means a lot of people. Did we see the Giddy half quarter, says Ben? Yes, I did. Great for Gideon and good for an Australian, but I was annoyed because I'm up against Gideon in my NBA Fantasy Championship game, so not happy. Howdy, gents, says Max. G'day, Max. Hope you're going well. Rob Sock G says, thought Hollands might play wing another week of halfback. Yeah, he'll play halfback. Blimp, think Fraser get into the middle eventually. He's up forward to start. Yeah, he will. Yep, TDK tackle as well, so TDK, good start for him. Another tackle, racking up. Hopefully, guys, a few of you might have had a VC out there on him. Sanders to rank and lock for next week already. Flop. Yeah, I think Sanders already gone to the bench, to be honest. Don't know if English marked that in play. TDK, let's go. Crow Badge, 50-50 in the preseason. Dawson Vesperation, I went the wrong way. Oh, exactly. I went the right way, but I went the wrong way. Another 50-50 calls, so... Max, I don't know, with the amount of tags in the comp this year, and a lot of our high-scoring stats are set to would have been tagged, but Dawson seems to shrug them unlike others. You raise a good point. Davidson kick. It's going to go through for a behind for Davidson, so no extra point for us, which is good. Could be worth it, says Max. It could be, right? But I don't know about paying 115. I do feel nervous paying. I've done it before for guys that I thought were safe, and then they drop a bad score, and I lose both points and cash. Come on, give it to Davidson. Good. Davidson gets a kick as well. Davidson getting a little bit more of the ball. We just need Sanders now to start getting some more of these points. And we'll find. So Davidson should get the free kick here. Did that go out of bounds on the fall? I thought it did. Or did it bounce in? No, it bounced in apparently. Okay, it's a bit annoying. So Fraser's on Hollands at the moment. Looks like Chera's trying to run with liver at the moment. Davidson handball to Fraser. Beautiful. Love to see that. Kick from Fraser. English. Give it to Davidson. Bad handball from English. Oh, Davidson was free for like 3 handball receives then, and they all missed him. Thanks, Bale, says Matt. All good, mate. Happy to help. Yeah, Ollie, you spud it up, says Ben. Yeah, he hasn't had a good start. Don't know if he's touched it yet, to be honest. Hutchinson over Bice this week. I like Bice next, as most will jump on. I'm assuming you mean Henderson there, Ben. If you're talking about Jack Hutchinson, he's out for a few weeks, so I wouldn't be going him. Kerno free kick. Looks like O'Donnell playing forward, says Corey. Yep, seen that as well. Ian G. So why are people trading Dave if you shouldn't trade Primos? Because I don't think he's necessarily a Primo. You got Davidson free for a kick there, Buku. No, it goes to Richards. We're trading Dave because not only has he got a bye coming up and he's got a Bedford tag this week, he's then got Port, and Davidson's free for a short kick. Davidson should be getting a +6 here. Good. Davidson, good start, mate. Love to see this. Yeah, but no, Ian, it's a good question, right? Because you got a good point. I don't see Day as a 100+, 105+ sort of player. I see him more as a 90, 95, meaning he's probably more closer to a mid-pricer than he is a premium. And I'm getting Rankin in, so I'm getting a top 6 forward. That's why I'm doing it. And a lot of people are bringing in another player that's going to make cash. Oh my God, Sard can't even kick properly to Hollands, so Hollands loses 4 points there. Unbelievable. Lift Holland says Moonboy. Ben Hayes, that Jason on front drop mark was awful last night. Oh, mate, there was like 4 of them. Going to buy a Crows General Admission membership this year, Keno, says Max. Brisbane Bloods, why these Carlton blokes try to pass to Hollands, then they miss him, can't believe it. Why can't Hollands be the one who bombs it long? Brisbane Bloods. Oh, agreed, mate, agreed. Sanders on the bench for 7 minutes, says Flaghawk. It's just been stuck on the other side, and they haven't been able to get him on. Sanders is back on now at least, though. Won't get the tackle there either. So that's typical. Again, Harm's not even looking for anyone, just banging it forward. Just need Sanders to get involved. Still at half a quarter, so still time to score points, but would have been good if he got a good start. How many fantasy points did Giddy score? In my league, 39.5, unfortunately, which is a big score. Anything over 30 is a really good score in the league. I think our scoring is 0.5 points for every point scored, 1 point for an assist or a rebound, 2 points for a steal or a block, and then you've got some like bonuses and stuff like that. Sanders free against. Make that -6 to start the game for Hollands and Sanders. Fucking hell. Why did we pick Sanders? Shouldn't have trusted Bevo. Shouldn't have trusted Sanders. Big TDK, love to see it, says Ben Hayes. Travis first says Mark. Hey, Bales, thoughts on Amon smashing it at the moment, says Tony. Yeah, he's been good. There's +6 for Hollands there. He's been good early to start the season. I just don't know if I'd be trading into him. I just don't think he's a top 6 defender, so I think I'm letting him pass by. Why didn't I just trade Hollands and Sanders, says Moonboy? So far, the Hollands trade and the Perry hold was the move. Yeah, I know. Hindsight, though, wonderful thing, as I always like to try and remember. Bales, we could have a nice stream for once tonight, says Ben. Hopefully. Henderson, yeah, not Hudson over Bice. Yep. Bench Davidson, may bring a red dot, but not end of the world. Sanders 10 minutes on the bench is fun, says Jack. Yeah, it's annoying. Davidson +6, which is good. McNeil, Darcy. I wonder if Sanders is anywhere around the place. Sanders is in board if Davidson saw him, but he didn't. No, not Davidson. Darcy saw him. At least Davidson's getting involved a lot early, though. Bailey Williams. Oh, geez. I thought you almost kicked that then. DeConey get a massive night, says Murphy. What a start, says Ben. Legit, I should have held Sanders one more week. At least he got 70. I just thought Hollands had a better role. Wow, Davidson, when I bench him, says Ben. I thought he had the ceiling tonight. I was like, there's every world he could have put up a big score tonight. But it's been on his wing to start the game, right? So, good thing is he's had a good start. He's on 23. DeConing's on 22, which is great. I think Fraser's, 14 as well. We just need Sanders, -3. Just if he got going, this would be a really good start for the watch-along. But unfortunately, it's not the case. Cherrers started well as well on 24. English also not a bad start, 21. Is that a free kick for Matt Kennedy? Trying to bullet it to McNeil. Give it to Davidson. Davidson's free still. Davidson's free. Get it to... Oh, and Norton called him out. Fuck's sake. Really, Norton should have called Davidson back into that because Davidson could have marked it. So a bit selfish there by Norton, and we don't really give a shit about Norton, to be honest. We care about Davidson. We care about fantasy points. So, I think Hall can go well versus Richard, so I was thinking they'd be roughly the same. Jacob Delaporte went Davidson over Garcia. Great start, Bale, says Jacob. Yeah, it's been a good start. And Norton misses. And that's the other thing. Norton was on his non-preferred as well, so he really should have left it for Davidson. I think Davidson just went to the bench as well. At least I have Wicks to take Davidson if good. Exceptions. No, sorry, Bales need sense to keep that score down. I really don't need him to. Oh, if he gets an 80, you're not going to be too disappointed if he gets 80, and I'll be happy enough if he gets 80. So I think we'll compromise at 80. Honestly surprised that Sanders hasn't been dropped yet, to be honest, says Jack. Davidson bench and can't loot. Great, says Jack. Oh, it's 1 quarter for Davidson. He literally could have like a 4-point quarter next and be on like a 27 at halftime. So just because he started well, it's good, but doesn't mean that's going to be what's going to happen. So let's just wait and see what happens. I forgot Liam Jones is back in the side for the Bulldogs tonight. Buku in the middle, looking for Kennedy. Sanders is there, Fraser. Give to Sanders. Come on. And no, they just can't get it to him. Fraser, no touch. He got the handball, but no touch after that. DeConing handball. It's not his fault. Bevo doesn't give him a fair run to the exceptions. Agreed. Chair has been a good pick for me so far. Touch wood, says Max. Sanders going to be lucky to make 40, says Ben. Oh, he still found a way to get 70, essentially 70 last week. So we'll wait and see. Fraser handball to Sanders. Sanders handball. So still not in the positives yet. But at least he got a touch. McNeil missed it. It's another miss for the Dogs. 4 behinds for 3-1. Not a very good start for kicking for the Blues. Holland's a +6. So Holland's got a couple of +6s already. Could get it back here as well. So Doc's had a decent start as well. Looks like Holland's tonight's getting in better areas, which is a positive to see. Hopefully you can keep it going. So Doherty's up to 25. Big watch. Big watch. If he's the best I can get to in the mids or whatever is like an M4, M5, I might be able to do that. I'll get to watch him for 2 weeks, which is good. Because next week, I think a lot of us are going to be going for Marias and Bice. I think you need the two of them. They're going to make bulk cash. So I'll probably go the double rookie next week. Thought Dakota might be able to get the mark there. Not to be. I thought that was Fraser, but it's O'Donnell. Sanders was free in the middle. Don't know if that was Fraser with the handball. Don't think it was. No, it was Libber. Libber and Fraser look... That's a throw, surely. Yeah. Libber and Fraser do look similar in terms of like with their hair from when it's a bit away, but obviously when you look at them, they're not the same. Holland's a +6. Holland's racking up the +6s now. People saying Holland should be dropped. Holland's just doing okay. Like, I don't know why people are getting annoyed at Holland's. Like, he's had 3 +6s. Like, I know he got the free kick away, so he's on 17. Like, it's not awful. Still 4 minutes to go. Like, at least he's getting these +6s and getting into areas. I'm actually quite, I'm almost annoyed that I got rid of Holland's over Day last week. Because I could have kept Holland's this week. English, good mark. English has started well. Oh, it's not a great kick. Come on, Sanders. Nothing from Sanders. TDK handball. Sanders can't even go with Doherty. Like, my God. Should have got rid of Sanders. I couldn't have really got rid of him without getting in a rookie, but and not getting Rankin, but Doc Watch says, Ben, agreed. Perry down to Bice next week and maybe Campo to Horn Francis. Not keen on JHF. What are your thoughts? I don't know if I'd train to JHF just yet, to be honest. Exceptions. I'm not Holland's owner. He's just a bad player, says Andrew. Yeah, but still, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, if he's getting the fantasy points. But he's only young, right? He's going to get better. Good boys, English and Holland, says Moon Boy. So positivity flying around tonight, which is good. And I'm not just saying that because you guys are normally positive and we're negative, and a negative when I'm negative, because we're all suffering together. But tonight it's good to see everyone seems to be fairly happy at the moment. Sanders been the only disappointing one so far. But besides that, hopefully Sanders can get involved with some touches. No, Dale goes out to the opposite side of where Sanders is, so that's great. I'm holding JHF rather than fix my rookies. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Starting to think Sanders' form isn't Bevo's fault. He may just not be up to level. I think he is. He was a high draft pick, good junior pedigree. He'll get better. It's just he hasn't had a great start to the year and hasn't had a lot of opportunity in previous years. Good. That was a good crumb by Sanders. That's better. Kick it. Good. Kick for Sanders because he handled way too much last week. So at least he got a kick. Is there an option in the forward line to go down from Sanders? I'm not sure. And that's part of the reason why I got Rankin in for Day this week, because I've got Sanders in the midfield. So worst case, I can go Sanders to a midfielder. So the only thing is if I go Taylor down to Bice and I go Sanders to a premium, then I've got 5 rookies on field, which I don't know if that's too many. It's probably 1 too many. I've gone down from 3 to 4 and then maybe down to 5, which I don't love, but I might have to do it. But we'll see. Minute and a half to go. A late Sanders +6 would be very, very handy. Cripps got the free kick. That's interesting that Cripps got the free kick for that one. Chera, no, not 15, got the handball. Cripper to Sard. Sard really could have given the handball to Hollands, and he just went for goal, and he missed it. So, again, Sard doing usual, just not passing to Hollands, banging it from long range. So, and I know Sard's the one you want the ball in the hands of, right, over Hollands, but it doesn't look for him, that's for sure. Okay, going towards where Sanders is. Davidson back on. Don't know why he came back on a minute to go, but he got a handball anyway. Can he go back to Sanders? Sanders, handball. Gives it to Libba. Not a great kick from Libba, and Chera's going to intercept mark that. So Chera's had a big start to the game. Goes to Walsh, who has not had a good start to the game. I've hardly noticed him. These things go, oh, geez, that's a bad drop from Kemp there. End up working for them slightly. Kerno. Better believe he's going for goal from here. Absolute floater, but he's kicked the goal, I think, anyway. So Carlton got off to a good start. Bulldogs yet to score a goal. 4 behinds. Chera, wow, says Andrew. Oh, that, and see another 50-50 call. Like, okay, I got Dawson over Brayshaw, right? But I went Hollands over Chera. That was a big shit bloody call there. Who was the one with Dale? Says Ben. I don't know. Don't know who was asking for Dale. Why is Chera's ownership so low? Says Jack. I think a lot of people are going for Day instead, or they went Hollands instead. So, that sort of kick won't help Sanders, says Jack. F6 Davidson don't get people benching him, says Andrew. That's a good point. Do I trade SPP for Silvani and Garcia to Moraes and let Bice wait until a week, or is that a bad idea considering SPP hasn't been playing shockingly bad? Well, that'll be a problem for next week, Luke, because obviously SPP is locked out and Moraes is locked out, so probably a good one for next week, but I wouldn't be trading in Silvani, no. So, and quarter time is here. So, Sylvania is an option, especially when Kerno plays, says Andrew. Yeah, he's playing defence, so you could trade into him, right? But I don't know if I just don't know. Sanders to Libba kicking to chair a good work, boys. Horn Francis down to Isaac Rankin option. Not for me, Andrew. You don't make any money from it. You won't make any money from it, I don't think, next week. I think they'll be the same price. Another fizzer if Dogs can't get going, says Karen. Buki, because we'll suck for not choosing him, says Moonboy. I strongly dislike Bevo. Let's put it that way. Fielding Garcia over Davidson because of the matchup via the Tigers. Everyone hit the likes, says Free Friends. Yeah, agreed. Actually, I haven't said that yet. We've already got 21 likes. Appreciate the legends have redone it. So make sure you do smash a like on the video. If you won't appreciate it. Let's get to 50. Obviously, first. We're 29 away. So we've got 73 watching. That should be pretty simple. The math there is that means there's 52 of you that have not pressed the like button yet. Let's get to 50 and let's get it happening, and we can get to 100 and see where we go from there. I bench Garcia. I actually hold he's my F7. Luke, and that's Andrew that said that. Luke, who shall I trade in instead of Silvani trying to get someone around 500k? I'm not actually sure. Why is my computer not charging? Wait, hang on. It should be charging. It's plugged in, right? Hang on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on. I just got to plug my computer in to charge it. Hang on. Oh, lucky. I thought the computer might have gone and that would have been bad for the stream. Let's go through these scores, shall we? So at quarter time, I think we started okay. Not too bad. Let's have a look. So Wiedering's on 45. Looks like a lot of defenders are up there. You see Cowan, Doc who's pushing back, Sard, Silvani, Wiedering. But yeah, Silvani and Wiedering, good start for them. Sard as well. Got Sard in draft, which is nice. Kernai, who has also got in draft, 32. Good start. Chera, 32. Good start for him. Doc, 30. Big watch on Doc. Look at his role and see what he's doing because he's pretty cheap. Tim English, 28. Good start for Speakino. DeConing, 27. So English win the hit-out battle between the two, which is interesting to see. But DeConing, solid enough start. Davidson on 25. Good start for him. All we could ask for. On track for 100 if he keeps doing this every quarter. Libba, 20. Fraser, 18. Bit quiet after a pretty good start from Fraser. Holland, 17. Obviously, got not amazing, and he played the whole quarter. I thought he started on the bench, but okay, well, that's even worse then that he didn't start on the bench. But he got the +6s, so hopefully he can keep going from here. Been getting in better spots. Kennedy, 16. Cripper, 17 as well. Walsh, 15. He's just been really poor, and Jordox, unfortunately, started him. Bailey Dale, 8. Wow, okay. Damn, I had him in my game day squad. I wasn't thinking about playing him either, and I put him in instead. Riley Sanders on 4. 61% game time. It's just awful, isn't it? Just bad. So, Sanders looking like a pretty big issue. Almost could be a bigger issue than Sam Taylor next week. Could even go Sanders down to what's his name, and then upgrade Taylor the week after. Hollands always looks like he's everywhere yet doesn't score, says Tony. I'm nervous about Data, never in the wet, but his tackles will give him a good score. Agreed. Gotcha Broski says rad. There you go. Max says maybe I go Sanders to Graham, but I'm not that keen on West Coast players this year. I'm not either, but it might become a point where we might have to do something like that. I'm actually looking at maybe grab a Doc or something. That's what I'm keeping a really close eye on Doc, because I could, if I go Bice next week in Mariah, so I could actually go Hasty to Doc, I think, or he's technically going Taylor to Doc the week after. That might be what I'm looking at doing. Might just have to do that instead. Fallen Ras, so glad I tried Sanders last week. I held him last year too long. Do I loop Doc for Day? Says Steve-O. I would if it's, I'm assuming it's a draft Steve-O. I would loop Doc the way he started, but just let's see what he scores first. MMA fan, would you consider Sanders to Horn Francis? Feel like JHF has to bounce back? At some point, you could look at doing that. Umpires favour Carlton so much in that first quarter, says that Bulldog guy won. Mate, umpiring's always shit, so I don't, I'm not shocked, to be honest. Perryman to Doherty, Sanders to Graham, says Max. Probably a bit too mid-pricey for me, but it could work because you get rid of two problems. If you can't do it anywhere, then in game day squad played Platinum Dale, says Corey. Oh, no. Yeah. Fraser, Libber, Richards, the three in the midfield to start the quarter, it looks like. Had Chair in round one. Taylor has two good matchups, so you could get a half-decent score from him, says Max. Yeah, maybe. That could be definitely a shout. Luke Davies, who shall I trade in instead of Silvani, trying to get someone under 500k or under? Luke, I'm not actually sure, to be honest. It's pretty hard for me to look at like players under a certain price. Silvani, I'm assuming you're talking about Supercoach because Sam Pepper, I don't think many people in fantasy even starting, whereas Supercoach is popular. Silvani's a play if he scores well. So definitely one to watch. Sanders starting on the bench, says Murphy. That's no surprise. Never mind, Doc's mid only. Forgot about that, says Max. Umps love Collingwood, number one, then number two. Tony Ford, after McRae, Rankin, Baz, and Daniel, which forwards would you even want? Better to wait for DPs or to find two more premiums like Martin, possibly. I still think Dylan Moore is one. He's going to drop in price, so he'll be an option after his round 4 bye, but it's agreed. Hopefully we get like Warner and Nick Martin and maybe a couple of others, hopefully. That'd be nice. Be a bit of a problem to watch. DeConing free against tripped Libber. So annoying for DeConing. Fraser. Couldn't bloody take it. At least a Platinum Dawson playing this week, says Corey. Yeah, it's a good pick. No, talking about fantasy, says, okay, interesting. Oh, there you go. I didn't actually know many people that picked Sam Peppers. He's probably the first one I know. But what did Sam Pepper even score last week? I don't even know. Or what did he score last night? I traded Sanders to Rankin and Will Day to Chera. Not bad so far, says Foddle Dot. Yep. Fraser handball there. Davidson, no, Dale went handball instead to Vandermeer. Don't know why you go to Vandermeer over Davidson, but fair enough. Go to Davidson. Davidson's in board. And Vandermeer got pinged for a throw. He's another spud. Another spud. Bramble and Vandermeer. Get rid of him. Shouldn't be in the Bulldogs' best 22. Neither of them should be. Well, actually, that Bulldog guy won. You're the dog supporter, mate. Do you think Vandermeer and Bramble should be in your best 22? Because as a neutral, I don't think either should be. I think both are not up to the level. DeConing handball. Davidson handball. Fraser handball. Fraser, actually free kick for Fraser. So get a couple extra points against Walsh, it looks like. Go out to your right, Fraser, because you've got Davidson out there. He's going out to Dale, so good for Dale. DeConing should take this mark here. Yep, uncontested. Bad kick from Dale. DeConing, good mark. Here's Walsh. Gets that free kick against back. And ball in. Yeah, Photo Dot, they're great trades, mate. Not great trades. I love Sanders to Rankin and Day to Chera, mate. Great trades. Don't know if I would have done the Chera move before the game. Might have preferred a Powell or something, but if that got you Rankin, then I'm loving those moves. LDU in the chat says, Moonboy. 90 last week, 68 this week, priced at 49. He probably sits there, to be fair. But you could go to Silvani as well in fantasy if you're liking what you're seeing. I just worry that he could just be thrown forward at any point. But he's the cheaper version of Sicily, I guess. So you're not paying too much for it. You definitely could do it. Lucas Paberti got pinged for running too far. Davidson robbed. Oh, okay. So he wasn't even the throw. Feel bad for Jordox starting Walsh, says Ben. Yeah, I do as well. He started Walsh and Taranto. So two premiums that have just not got it done whatsoever. So And Francis Evans shouldn't be playing for Carlton either. Don't know why Campo got dropped for him, but... Doc, handball. Big watch on Doc still. The trade down got me ranking with 31k remaining, says Fodl Doc. Oh, mate, perfect. Great. I love those trades as well, right? You get Chera, who's going to make cash, putting up solid scores. I think he's cheaper than these other guys as well. So, we got Davidson. Can't get around. Well, that's a dangerous tackle, maybe. No. His head did hit the ground, but stupid from Dale. Dale's been shit tonight. Buku, go to Davidson. Go look to your right, mate. They haven't looked once yet. No, Davidson, call for it, mate. What is he? Who's he going to? That's an awful kick. God, some of these kicks tonight from these players have been awful. Is Holland on the bench, says Brisbane Bloods? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. Haven't seen him. Lol, Dale got done in there. Dale's having a shocker, says Karen. Agreed. Handball from TDK. So after a positive start to the watch-along, it's now starting to get it, not as many of our players getting it. So Kerno, or is it free kick for lob? Free kick for lob. VC stinking up, says Karen. Oh, you'd rather your VC stink it up than your captain. Where's Davidson? Go to Davidson. Go Davidson. Lob. Lob, go to Davidson, mate. You got him there. You just kick it to him and he'll mark it. He's going there. Davidson. Yes. Come on, Davidson, mate. And he goes to Libba. Don't know if that was 15, but he played on, I think, anyway. So, and who's that? Bailey Williams. Got Darcy short or O'Donnell, one of the two. Thanks for the call to go Nasir over Dale in round one bails. All good, Max. Stephen Sloan. I think umpires get too much stick. Give them a break. They sometimes make mistakes, but so do players. It's a tough gig. Everyone talks like they can do a better job. Don't have a game without umpires, says Stephen. Oh, Stephen, right? I'm only saying it because I'm a footy fan, right? Footy fans don't like... It's just as simple as footy fans don't like umpires, right? But they do make too many mistakes. And the problem isn't actually the umpires. The problem is the AFL because... from what people have said to me is that the umpires is not even a full-time job. Apparently, it's a part-time job. If this is a national game and the biggest one of the biggest sports in Australia, it has to be a full-time job. So, and I know obviously I say it as well. Umpires are shit and everything like that, right? But at the end of the day, AFL also needs to make it a full-time job, and they get as much training as possible. So then we don't have as many. There is too many mistakes in a game, and I can understand. Everyone makes a mistake or two, but when there's multiple in a game, that's when it is an issue, and it's a big issue every week. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I intended looping the VC for monster score, says Karen. Holland started the quarter on the bench, says Brisbane Bloods. Okay, there you go. So that's why he hasn't touched it just yet. He's just come back on. Literally just saw him run on then. So, and Sanders is also back on. There's Libba going near Sanders, but shit kick to him. Sard intercept mark. Back to Sard. Cowan long kick. Is that a shock to anyone that he kicked it long? It actually worked well for that time for once, but... Let's have a look. These bloody Carlton defenders are racking up. This Dogs matchup is still good for defenders. So what do we got? Davidson, 33. Good. Love to see it. TDK, 32. Chera, 32. So Chera hasn't touched it yet this quarter. I think he's still on the bench, though. Fraser, 24. Starting to get slowly a bit better. 10 points so far this quarter. That's a sack of a kick. Where's Sanders? Still on 4. Oh my God, bloody Sanders. Just get to a 70 at least, please. Unbelievable. He's just going to be one of those players and he's going to stick around for 3, 4, 5 more weeks in our teams and just continue to stink it up. Darcy, great mark. Davidson, here we go. Another +6 coming up for Davidson. And O'Donnell, that's probably a free kick. Yep, against Sard. Is there a Watchalong tomorrow night, says Brisbane Bloods? Yes, there will be. Yep. Footy Frenzy, Sanders 53% TOG. Umpires is a full-time job, says Stephen Stone. From what I've heard, they say that it's not. And if it is, then that's even worse for the umpires, because I understand they get a mistake or two wrong every game, but they get multiple wrong. And at the end of the day, I don't really care if I could do a better job or not. They piss me off week in, week out. So, is having Never, O'Driscoll, Lindsay and Ashcroft too light in the mids? Also, Oliver M2 also hurt, says Fallen Wrath. I don't think it's too light. Never, O'Driscoll, Lindsay, Ashcroft are great. So I don't think it's too light at all. I'm loving 3 Watchalongs a week, says Moonboy. Yeah, it's good. There will be none. There won't be one next Friday night. That's unfortunately one that I'll be missing. Catching up with a couple of friends to watch the footy. So might catch up with Joy DeCina and guys like that. Just catching up the district. Pretty sure we're going to go watch actually DT11, play some music. So that'll be good. Watch him play some music and then go watch the game. So should be good fun. But yeah, no Watchalong next Friday, but there will be one. I would assume it's still Thursday and Saturday. Nicky, Joe Caruso, Davo's paddock. Yeah, mate, he started well, which is good. Is he up to 39? Yeah, beautiful. This is like, these guys getting these scores is just liquid gold for us. These rookies putting up good scores are just liquid gold for us. Dave's the top scorer for Dogs, says Buki. Good to hear. Not now, but he was, obviously, when you put that in. Foddle. Who should I trade at next week? O'Sullivan or Murphy Reid for Marias? See who does better this week, or worse, and trade the worst one out. I would have said Murphy Reid a week ago, but O'Sullivan hasn't really impressed me much in terms of his ability to find the ball, so it could be also O'Sullivan. But whoever's got the high break even there, Foddle would be who I'd trade to him. If you've got a red dot, I'd rather move them on instead. Ben Balzo, am I sticking with Petrarca? Been very patient, but haven't seen that ceiling type quarter yet in the first couple of weeks, sort of just battling away for a 90. Ben, I'm still pretty... I don't mind trading into Petrarca at the moment, so I would be holding the faith with him. He's got some good matchups to come. Next 6 weeks are really good, so I think he'll be better. Stephen Sloan, umpires earn 120 or 150k a year. It's a full-time job. Well, okay, if they earn 120k to 150k, well, you're actually making the argument for me even stronger. If they're earning that. So Sanders' tackle could have been high, but it wasn't. Sanders in the CBA, which is good. We need some CBAs from Sanders. Sanders, another tackle. Double tackle for Sanders. Love to see it. Need more of this. Need some tackles. Need some marks. He got there with tackles last week, so if he can do the same again and just tick... If he just ticks over 75, 80s, it's not the worst, but we need him to really get going. Bales, what's for dinner tonight, says Andrew. Don't know. Probably takeaway. Friday for nights is usually takeaway with mum at netball, so we usually get that after the footy. Fraser clearance and a kick. Davidson could get a touch here. Bounced the wrong way. Holland's kick. Sanders probably going to get subbed, constantly losing his players, not chasing hard enough, says Nicky Joe Caruso. I hope not. They got other issues, I think, the Dogs, but you aren't wrong that he is a player that could be. I just think that he offers him a little bit of flexibility. Like, you can play midfield and play up forward, or according to Bevo, so maybe they keep him in instead of someone maybe that's a bit taller, maybe sub him out. Andrew had Domino's for lunch today. Good stuff. I haven't had Domino's for a little bit, so... TDK hit out to Davidson. Davidson, don't know if he got a handball. He was going to Sanders, which just sucks. So Sanders, no points just in that little bit there. That's a free kick for Bramble. Has to be. Has to be. How can you not pay the free kick there? Bramble didn't actually take the ball and he got taken off of it. That's a shit call by the umpire. And see, that's what I mean. Umpires, that's not about just a mistake. That's just a poor call. Sanders gets another tackle, I reckon. Sanders, I think he's starting to rack up these tackles. Umpiring's ordinary, says Karen. Agreed. Go to Sanders. Had Sanders short, Bailey Williams, and you've gone long to a 2-on-2. Yeah, good choice, mate. Let me have a look and see. Did Sanders get the 3 tackles? That would be really handy if he did. Davidson, 41 as well. Here's Sanders again. Got a handball away just, I think. He got pinged. Oh, fuck off. He got pinged on the ball. Piss off. Stupid bloody prick umpire. Seeing that? Another shit call by the umpire again. You'll never hear me ever standing up for umpires. So Sanders has been paid 1 tackle. Okay. Yeah. Champion data is shit as well. Champion data and the umpires can both get in the bin. So Sanders has had 2 tackles that have not counted for him. He's had 3. Bullshit again. And we can't really afford Sanders to be giving free kicks away when he's not even scoring any points at all. Every point is almost precious for him. That'll be a tackle for Sanders. Because it was knocked out. There was no disposal there. So that should be a tackle. Here's English. Cherub punching it away from English. Sanders, that's another tackle for Sanders. Sanders again. Sanders getting busy. Not the best kick, but it's good to see him getting at least in the midfield and actually touching the ball. Holland's handball. Doherty kick. Maybe it is crappy rules that's ruining the game, says Karen. Yeah, maybe you got a point there as well. Too many rule changes. Umpires not being able to keep up with all these rule changes. And the umpires are focusing too much on the not 15 rule when they should be focusing on getting better. Only on 11 bales, come on, says Jack. He should be on, no, but he should be on more than 11 though. I'm convinced that he's had more than 11 points. They're missing tackles. So he's on 12. So did he get a free kick then? No, so live a free kick. He's had more than 2 tackles. He should be on like 4 or 5. I don't get how he's only had 2 added. So I'm convinced he should be near 20 now. But who knows? Champion data, I don't know what they constitute a tackle and what they don't. So there's Bramble again trying to take on too many people. So that probably should have been pinged on the ball. Doesn't get 2 tails and gets a -3, says Max. Oh, I know. Ben, the only sympathy I have for the umpires, so there's chair of the clearance with a kick. The only sympathy I have for the umpires is that they run 12K game and fatigue definitely affects their decision making, but you're right, the amount of wrong decisions is honestly mind-blowing. That's a good point as well. Maybe they've got to have 8 umpires and you have 4 do the first half, 4 do the second half. And then the decision making is not affected. So Doherty free kick and kicks it to Hollands for a +6. That was well done by Sanders actually to get it away from Walsh, but no points for us for doing that. Is Rosie, Brayshaw, Petrarca, Day, Oliver, Lindsay, Ashcroft. I said it before, Luke, I like the midfield. And the thing I'm saying, Jack, as well, is I know he's only on 12, but he's getting around the ball. He's around the ball. He's in positions to score points. So that's all I can really ask for. And at the end of the day, the other guy's got 24.5 last night. So, like, he might, even if he gets there. But obviously we want more than that. That should be a Sanders tackle, but it's not, says Jack. Are you ahead of me? There's Sanders with a handball. That's, oh, geez, he got a lot of time there. Chera handball as well. Gallagher, please go to Davidson or Sanders, please. So English +6 coming up. So Jordan Boyd warming up. Don't know who's injured for Carlton. Short to Norton. Switching it. Davidson's on here. Davidson's on. Go to Davidson, Bramble. Harms, you got Davidson. Davidson. Didn't even go to him. Bloody Harms. Again, another spud that shouldn't be playing. How many spuds have to be affecting our fantasy teams? No, I meant the one on Walsh. How much has Fraser got this quarter? Williams is injured, says Corey. I don't know how much Fraser's got this quarter, actually. Probably not a huge... He's on 27, so double his score. There's Sanders with a handball. There's Davidson handball. Harms are shit. So that's the problem with the Dogs, unfortunately. They've just got too many passengers. Too many passengers, too many players that just not up to the level. They've got some good players like Lobb. Like Lobb, that move. So that's where I'll give Belway credit. His move of Lobb into the defence was a very, very good move. So it looks like Jordan Boyd's about to come on. So it looks like Zach Williams will be taking no further part, unfortunately. I'm just pissed because I got Sanders on field and Davidson bench, says Jack. Yeah, mate, I definitely feel your pain, mate. I've got Sanders. I know I've got Davidson on the bench and I can loop him on, but... If Davidson goes 100, for example, you can always bring in Corey Warner on the bench, right? And you could always loop him on that way. Obviously, it's risky, but you get the points and you get a guy making cash at some point. Sanders handball. So like Sanders has been, obviously, it's been frustrating, but Sanders has been around the ball this quarter, which has been a positive. But I do feel like he's a guy that could come to the bench in like a minute or two and then he'll be done. Because they do like having him low game time, so... So 6.5 minutes to go. I'd like to hope that Sanders plays the rest of the quarter, but who knows? There's Kennedy around the body. Goal for the Dogs. Second goal, and they're starting to claw their way back. And I forgot this is Kennedy's first game against Carlton as well, so interesting. I just want to have a quick look at what people's scores are. So Libber and Sard, Wiedering, English all on 50. So English is going well. Obviously sucks for all the English owners might start catching up to Cherry now. Cherry 46.44, Davidson 43, DeConing 37. DeConing's been quiet tonight. Not as busy as what I thought he might be. Holland's 31. Kennedy 27. Fraser 27. Sanders is on 18. He's only had 2 tackles, which is a lie. He's had like 4 or 5. And if he'd had the 2 or 3 added, he'd be on near 30. And all of a sudden, we're probably sitting here going, he's been good this quarter, and he's right up there again. But Sanders was one of the busiest 18s you ever see, says Nicky Joe Caruso. Fraser invisible, says Jack. Dogs losing and Sanders more on ball. So free kick for Carlton. So Walsh has taken the advantage. Kick straight to Buku Karmas. Dogs losing, yes, at 4. Yep, cool, I'm up to date with the chat. Ed Richards, good mark. Very good player, Ed Richards. Sanders still on the ground, which is good. At least he hasn't just been taken off. Is that... No, Libber. Keep trying to go to Fraser. He's kicked in the middle of Fraser. Oh, no, I thought that was Davidson. So Fraser handball. It's Davidson on the bench then. Sanders! Yes! Sanders mark. Come on, let's go. Kick the goal, Sanders. He'll probably come off after kicking the goal because that's what a lot of players bloody do. But we need more of this. More. I feel like that's like a meme or something like more. Is that like it's not the Mel Gibson one, is it? Let's go, says Max. Good quarter from Sanders. Sanders is clearly a confidence player, I think. Well, his confidence is up. So I'm not looking at the chat in case you guys have said if he kicks or not. And I know I'm probably like 10 seconds behind. Come on, let's go, mate. Let's go, Sanders. That's the confidence. That's what we need. Come on. Let's go. And he's not coming to the bench. That's brilliant as well. Let's go. Sanders is clearly a confidence player, I think. I said yes before. Up to +9. It's +12 max because he took the mark. So Sanders goal, says Corey. Good, I didn't read that because I wanted to have the natural reaction. So what's he up to now? He's up to 30. Great quarter. The good comeback. If he can somehow finish... Oh, if he could somehow get to a 40 at half-time, that would be massive. That would be a big comeback. Achilles soreness for Williams. That's not the second time I swear in the last 2 years he's been subbed out with Achilles soreness. I know because he did his Achilles, but... Goes through every Sanders first quarter. Don't think he's got more than 8 points. He always comes back hard, says Nicky Joe Caruso. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, he doesn't start quick, but gets in the game. Like, he had a good second half last week. So here's De Koning with the clearance, with a kick. It's a good kick from De Koning to Kemp. Oh, yeah, true. They've definitely missed a few clear tackles. Hope they fix that, says Max. Yeah, that's the thing. He might be on like 38 if they add 2 tackles that should be added. Bales, you think we're probably 1 year early on the Sanders breakout, says Jared Hitting. We could be a year or 2 early, to be honest. Riley for the Brownlow, says Jack. Well, that's definitely got Jack up and about after a tougher start. Yeah, beautiful. That's what we needed. So now we got a couple of... Now we got our players are now doing okay. So hopefully this can continue. We still have 2 quarters after this to go. Got 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go. And Kemp, that's going to be a goal. Good kick from Kemp. Goal to the Blues. So we're at 4:10 now. So if anyone wants to sort of match up, that's where we are. So 4 minutes 10 to go. Need Cherry to lift, says Jack. Cherry's been quiet this quarter, only the 10 points, so not huge from him. Davidson's been okay this quarter. English had a good quarter as well. Did they take something away from English? I reckon they did, because he was on 54, I reckon. I reckon they took a tackle away, maybe. I'd say, so. Holland's Moon Boy not happy. Isn't he on like over 30? So it could be worse, but yeah, it's not great. Ben Sanders just needs to pull his socks back up and he'll be back. Sanders leading Fraser now. WTF, says Jack. Adzi, how much does Sanders need to score to use him instead of Max Hall? I'd take a 70. Shouldn't have said anything about Cheris, says Max. Yeah, he's been pushed out of the midfield a bit more this quarter. It's been more like Jesse Motlop's playing more CBAs than him, so that'll be a high. That shouldn't be a high tackle because Jesse Motlop went to ground. They should be holding the ball. See, that's a bad call. That's a bad call by the umpire. Motlop saw Matt Kenny gaining on him and went to ground. It doesn't matter. Deconing +6 anyway, so I'm glad that it was paid a free, but that's my point. That's a bad call because he dove and wanted the high free kick. Kerno, that'll be a mark. Holland's on a wing. Damn it, says Brisbane Bloods. Is he on a wing? I didn't see. We didn't doubt Sanders for a second, did we, guys? Chair a bench, says Jack. At least Kerno's had a better game tonight. Got him in draft. He scored, 16 for me last week. So he's averaged 8 points for me since I picked him this year in one of my draft leagues. So he's had 3 touches, 3 marks, and 3 goals. Swear they've missed some Sanders tackles, says Nate Morgan. Yep, they have. They've missed 2 or 3, I reckon. So I'm hopeful that they add them at the halftime break. I think there's at least one clear and obvious one they haven't paid yet. But I think there's up to 3. And knowing champion data, they're not going to pay any of them because they never do when it comes to tackles. It's always the players that we don't have that get their tackles added, but the players we have that we know that their tackles don't get added. Sanders tackle, has it been? Harry Thomas had said Sanders tackle added. She's up to 34 now. Okay, one of Sanders tackles got added. Cool. I'd like another 2, but still, he's up to 34 now. Never or Lindsay in, says Jack. Lindsay for me. Lindsay, you have to get. Lindsay's the must. Jared Hitting, think they just added tackle with Sanders? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they added 1, which is great. Carlton starting to really pull away here. Walsh clearance and a kick. I want the Dogs to stay close because if they don't, then they're going to, maybe if it's a Sanders sub or Davidson doesn't get points. Here's Fraser. Bad kick to Fraser. Good pick up from Fraser though. Handball though. Too many handballs. I don't know if that'll be a tackle for Hollands, but just over Sanders' head there. Fraser drop mark. Fraser leaving some points out there at the moment. Gets a handball there though. Ed Richards handballs it straight to TDK. TDK handball. To be fair, Sanders has not been the Bulldogs' worst player for sure. He's been one of their better players in this quarter particularly. I'm hopeful they pass it to him here. Bramble to Dale. No, just another guy with green boots. Short to Richards. Richards, go to Sanders. Go to Sanders. Sanders is there. Yes, Sanders, come on, mate. Keep going. Here we go. Keep going, Sanders. Love to see this. This has been a great quarter from Sanders. This is what we wanted. This is good. Come on. What are you doing for captains this week, Bale, says Marco. McRae, vice captain, and Jordan Dawson, captain for me. Anyone wants to watch that captain's video with what my thoughts are on the top 10 this week, then head over and you can watch that video on the channel. Libba. It's goal for Libba. So Bulldogs get one of the goals back, which is good. So back to 3 goals. Champion data caught your spray, Bale, says Moonboy. Freddie Jong, your truly bizarre groupie you have there. Yeah, I don't know why Freddie Jong comes in and says some of these weird things, but 36-point quarter for Sanders so far. Oh, Jared hitting, mate. It's been massive. Massive comeback. What's for dinner, Bale, says Jordan Tran. Got asked this before, Jordan. Not sure yet. This is normally takeaway night because I normally do the stream. Mum normally has dinner, netball stuff. So, yeah, when I finish this, we'll probably get something. Don't know what it will be yet. I normally go whatever Mum wants, and then I'll just pick whatever I like from wherever she picks. Libba's a gun, says Bol. Yeah, he's good player. Very, very good player. Max Bosm. Libba. Had Libba last season, says Jack. Jack, I remember you brought in Libba, actually. I remember you said that. So, but Libba's been good. Sanders CBA. This is better. Why? So why is it tonight they're playing him a lot more in the midfield than what they have been? Maybe it's because he's playing better. Here's Davidson. Tackle for Davidson. Oh, if Norton gets it. No, Baker, sorry. That could be a tackle because Baker touched it first. Davidson, give it to Sanders. Oh, he kicked it, though. Points for Davidson at least, but should have given it to Sanders. Kerno back in defence. We've got 1 minute to go. Come on. If we could somehow get some more Davidson-Sanders points in the last 50 seconds, that would be very, very ideal. Ooh, Davidson. No, nothing for Davidson there. Ball in. Bit worried about Fraser Roll playing a lot of half forward, says Jared hitting. Yeah, it hasn't been great. I can't say much because I started him, so it's fine. But are you coming up here next week to watch the Suns beat Crows, says Fiona. I'm actually a bit nervous for that game. Suns up there are hard to beat. I wanted to, but just didn't quite manage to get around to booking flights and stuff, so didn't end up doing it. But we'll be good at some point to go. I want to go to every stadium at least, right, in my lifetime. So I've been to MCG, been to Marvel, been to Adelaide Oval. So I've been to Optus as well. So what is it? Just the Gabba, People First Stadium, SCG, Giant Stadium or NG Stadium, and then the Tassie Stadium when it comes out. Sanders flying now, says Max. I'm hoping you're saying that because he got something here. Yeah, he did kick. Beautiful, Sanders. Oh, again, handball. Let's go, mate. Oh, this is good. What a quarter from Sanders. And see, I like when people comment stuff like that, like he's flying. I'm like, I don't know what he's just done. And then I get the reaction of seeing it. TDK +6 coming up. Yep, kicked it in time. And Hollands, don't know if he marked it in time. No, he didn't. So, I'm thinking of doing Dylan Moore down at Isaac Rankin, says Andrew. I would not be trying Dylan Moore, Andrew. Rankin's a good in, but I wouldn't be trying Dylan Moore. Fraser, any chance DPP? Yes. He'll get probably one of forward or mid status, I'd imagine, Nicky Joe. Going Sunday to see the Roos game. Should be our first test. Yes, I'm going. Yep, I'll be there. So, yeah, be a good test for the Crows. But, see, the thing is, right, the way Crows have been playing, I expect them to win. I'm not saying they will. As a Crows fan, the way they've played, I expect them to win the way they've been going, right? The thing I worry about as a Crows fan, and this is just like the years and years of torture for the last 7 or 8 years, North have never won at Adelaide Oval. The thing that worries me is that when they say stuff like that, Crows are flying, it would just be a typical Crows thing to do from them flying, and then all of a sudden they lose to North at home, they go 2-1, then they got Gold Coast up in Gold Coast, the confidence is down, they lose to Gold Coast, and they're 2-2 in gather round. Whereas if they can beat North Melbourne, they'll have the confidence to go up to Gold Coast. And if they were to win, even if lose, they'll be 3-1 or 4-0, and they're playing Geelong at home and gather round. So, Can I be honest? I expect Crows to win by 60 plus, says Max. I probably don't think 60 plus, but I think maybe 30, 40 points, if they play well, can be there, but it could be closer as well. North played well last week, so I'm a little bit worried. Now I'm not liking the Sanders trade. FFS has fallen wrath. Corey Blackledge, 50 for Davidson at half time. Sorry, I'll wait a few seconds now, lol. Oh, no, I actually like when people say, Corey Bates said Davidson on fire. I like when people say, like, oh, he's on fire. And I'm like, okay, has he just done something? And then the reaction of seeing him. Thoughts on my mids. Dawson, Rosie, Caldwell, Day, Layla, Libba, Dunkley, Ashcroft. Yeah, love it, Bowl. Love it. Like the Libba differential pick as well. Dawson, Rosie are great. I like Caldwell as well. Lawler, Day. Day can obviously go at some point, but he's not the biggest issue. Then I like Layla and Ashcroft. Just need Lindsay there, Bowl, but I'm liking it. +8, please and thank you, Champion Data, says Alex. Fodl Dot, Cherry got 8 points in the last minute of the game. Samois, surprised not enough people has jumped on Libba. Probably because of Bont and Treloar come back at some point, but Max Bossom. If I knew Treloar was going to be ruled out for a second setback, I may have even looked at this Libba starting, you know. I thought about it, but I thought with Bont and Treloar back within the first 6 weeks, but with only Bont coming back, I probably could have gone there. And if you did, you'd be loving it. So really good pick if you went there. Melbourne are the second worst defensive team in the league. That's why North ran over them. Kalen Fife, do you know why Cherry got -4 taken away? I'm not sure. Sanders hate watch is going great until this quarter, says Lucas Paberti. Seabales on my way to work. Thanks, Bookie, mate. Thanks for tuning in again. Score checkup, mate. Yeah, I'm just about to. Let's get through the chat. Crinkly Cut is Perryman and Sinclair. Good trade. Yep, tick for me. Fiona, I watched my first fleet game. Adelaide Oval in 1971. Port versus North. Looks like an awesome ground now. Oh, yeah. Adelaide Oval was amazing. Love it. One of my favourites. And I'm being biased, but I love it. Nice ending to the half by DeConing, says Luke Davies. Happy with DeConing tonight, says Corey. Karen, I'm regretting trading Dale in this week big time. Andrew, Tom Barras to Darcy Wilmot. I don't mind that trade. I just don't know about Darcy Wilmot there, Andrew, with the weather. Jack, wouldn't have thought Fraser would have been the biggest halftime problem. Ben, got O'Driscoll M7 and Ashcroft M8. Does Lindsay stay M9 or do I place him with one of the two? I'd play Lindsay over Ashcroft this week, but I'd plan to get Ashcroft on field and restructure somehow. It just depends who's in your midfield, Ben. Aiden Fernandez, Fraser always starts slow, has huge last quarters. That's a good point, Aiden. So let's go through the scores. Let's go through and update what we're looking at half-time. So, Libba, 72, dominating. Very, very good start. DeConing, 58, good end to the quarter. Had a bit of a quieter second quarter, but good end. Wiedering, Richards, Hewitt, 57 each. Sard, 54. Kemp, 53. English, 52. English was quiet in the back half of that quarter. I think he was on the bench for a bit of it as well. Harms, Kerno, 51. Davidson, 50. Very good half from him. Chera, 49. Doherty, 48. Silvani, 46. Sanders, 46. Love to see it. Love to see it. Hang on. Did they just take a -3 literally while I was talking then? I'm going to watch on my phone. Maybe not. Or maybe it was my eyes deceiving me. I think my eyes might have been deceiving me. But he's on 43 anyway, so good. But I'm still hopeful that he gets 2 tackles added and gets to 51, but we'll see. And if that was the case, 47-point quarter. But even still, 39-point quarter for Sanders was fantastic. Oh, he just got a handball added, Sanders. So 45. My eyes did not deceive me then. He got a handball added. So we're getting something added there for Sanders. So 45's good at halftime. 72% game time, not great, but his game time that quarter was a lot better. Playing well. I don't know if he's getting subbed off now the way he's played in that half, but Walsh, 38, disappointing again. Going to get cheap. Ollie Hollands, 35. It's not awful, but it's not great as well. Fraser, 33, bit quiet. Just need those marks and tackles up. Been a bit unlucky with some things, Fraser, but if he can get to a 70, 75, 80 again, then that's okay, especially in defence. Matt Kenny, only 29. Bit quiet from him besides that goal. Dale, 27. Better that quarter, but still quiet. Obviously, Williams got subbed out. See, France Evans had 4 disposals. Why on earth did they drop Lucas Camporelli for Francis Evans? Like, makes no sense whatsoever. Like, Lucas Camporelli should be playing in this team. But anyway, Sanders, though, 45, the big winner out of that quarter. I certainly was thinking, how the hell am I going to be able to upgrade Sanders now? But might not be a problem we have to deal with straight away. So, wouldn't Set at 4. Yep, got that. Caught. Yep. Lav Adelaide over. Went to Gallagher last year for the first time, says Corey. Fallen Rathnay was 46. Sanders was on 46. Okay, so my eyes weren't deceiving me. So was on 46. Okay, cool. Yeah, they did Sanders on Fan Footy. Then a +2 again. Yeah, so it's just weird how they do it sometimes. MJ decided to hold Hollands over Will Day. Did you see TDK kick it to him and then the siren go off? Typical, looking a little better. 2 frees against as well. Yeah, MJ, I agree. Yep, was a bit unlucky. Hollands could have easily been near a 50-point half. But again, that's almost every week with Hollands. But yeah. Alex, if we have Pryor, Lindsay and Ashcroft as rookies on ground, do we restructure for Davidson on field or ride the cash gen on bench? Don't think it's a priority to put him on field, but Davidson at F6 is definitely a good play at the moment because he's scoring well. So, Ben, I reckon Baker's going to get subbed. Was subbed in previous weeks to start, and Sanders now looking good. It would be an all-time bevo if Sanders gets subbed, but wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, agreed. It wouldn't surprise me either, but Thomas Elliott swapped Davidson for Hall last second. As in, did you swap him onto the ground last second, or did you swap him onto the bench last second, Tom? And Fernandez, Data Dawson or Garcia to Closey, prioritising cash gen. With that one, so I've got to go feed the dogs in a sec as well, I just remembered. Data Dawson's a great trade on paper, right? But I don't love paying 116 for a player. I'd prefer to go day 2, Petrarca, Powell, Callahan, whoever you like. That's a bit cheaper. Preferably a Petrarca, because then you have a lot of money in the bank to upgrade Garcia next week. That's what I'd rather do. I just don't love the Closey pay personally, because I just don't see him being in the team for more than 3 weeks to make enough cash. But if you're confident he's not the sub for 3 weeks and makes cash, then by all means go for it. Doing Peatling to Callahan. Thoughts? Yeah, I like that trade, Andrew. I like that trade. Peatling to Callahan's a good trade. Ben D, this is hot take, but I reckon Marias was just in the right place at the right time on many occasions. I think he's going to be a 50s guy with his role. Oh, Ben, doesn't matter. Put him on the bench. He's got a minus 20 odd break even. Even if he was to... Okay, so I'll get the price projector up at Marias Magic. I want to see what... Even if Marias went 50s for the next 3 weeks, I want to see what he would score. I love how Rory Laird's the first player that comes up every time I log into the price predictor. I don't know why, but... Okay, so with the 93, right, if he goes 50... If he goes back-to-back 50s in rounds 4 and 5, he will still make 61k in round 4 if he goes 50. Then he'll make a further 42k if he goes 50 in round 5. If he goes 50 in round 6, he'll make 23k and he'll be 461. So we're talking worst case scenario. By round 7, if he goes 50, 50, 50, he'll top out at 468k. That's still a decent amount. That's like 130k. We're talking worst case. If he pops another 60 or 70 or even an 80 next week, he's making over 500k. So for me, I think the Marias pick is almost a must. And I think he's a really good player. So I don't know if I agree with the right place, right time. Okay, he probably was in the right place, right time to get some points last week. But I also think that he's also a very good young player and they'll be playing him. But Ben, I understand that's why it's a hot take. MJ Bales, retrospectively, do you think this was the year to stick with guns and rookies? This feels like the most carnage I remember for a long time. MJ, yeah, I agree. Yeah, probably was the year to go guns rooks. But unfortunately, the hindsight thing's coming in again. So Sens hasn't been added anything as of yet. Davidson's still on 50. DeConing still on... Oh, no, DeConing got a hit out, I think. He was on 58, I believe. Or 57. Maybe got a handball. Cool. Alrighty, I'm going to go quickly feed my dogs. And, I'll be back in like 5 minutes or so. So I'll be back in a second. Yeah, Rice is playing in the 18 preseason with some Matt Sims. Uncle Deja traded to Perriman to Farrell with 249k left in the bank. Do I trade Foss to a mid or to a forward with DPP and go hold a Lindsay? Hold Lindsay and Ashcroft. Do I trade Foss to a mid or to a forward with DP? Depends who you bring in, Uncle Deja, who you're benching, I think. Fielded Hall instead of Davidson. Damn, says Fred. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but rookie roulette, unfortunately. I would have said that the matchup for Hall was better against Richmond. All right, guys, I'll be back in a sec. I'll feed the dogs now. Back. If you got any questions, put them in. Smash a like on the video. It's been a positive watch along tonight. We're one away, so we've got 49 likes at the moment. So hopefully one person can do it by the time I get back. But keep smashing the like. Let's get 100 before I get back. Or actually, no, let's get, because 100's probably a bit more unrealistic. Let's get 75 likes before I come back. So 26 likes before I get back, 5 minutes or so. Smash a like, takes 2 seconds, one click of a button, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bloody hell. So I'm going to get back before the start of the quarter. Does anyone get any additions or anything? So English could go short to Davidson, and he will. Good start to me sitting down for this. Davidson up to 56, unless it's 62 now with that +6, but I think it's there. Sanders on 45. I think Sanders starting on the bench. DeConing intercept mark. Good stuff. So it doesn't look like anything got added. So disappointed that they didn't add the tackles for that Sanders deserved, but hey, don't think we can really argue with 45 at half-time the way it was looking. Okay, what did I miss out on? Uncle Deja already got Lindsay and Ashcroft Hall, sorry, says Uncle Deja. So, yeah, so Uncle Deja, put your trade question in again. Put your trade question again so I can answer it. Liam Jones intercept mark. Chat, do you think it's too late to get Simpkin, says Ben. Not too late, but I just don't know if he's the guy I'd be trading into now personally. MJ, I live in Brizzy and it's been absolutely bucketing down. Tomorrow forecast 20 to 50 mils. It's no doubt going to be a hard sort at the Gabba. How do you think this impacts Bailey Smith? It's probably not affecting him as much as some other players, but still not great. Don't see a ceiling score going up. MJ hopefully gets a little +4 cuddles. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That's the hope that he gets some tackles. Guys like Stewart and that it won't be great for, which is not good considering he's going to drop in cash. But please, Chera, play mid most this quarter, says Corey. Andrew, is Zach Williams or Dylan Moore to Isaac Rankin? Zach Williams got to go. I wouldn't have Zach Williams. Fraser got his hands on it twice, but no disposal. Paid holding the ball as well. 61 likes on live. That's good stuff. Bale's growing every year. Thanks, mate. Yeah, up to 61, which is good. So slowly getting towards 100. So keep smashing a like if you haven't yet. Let's get 100 likes on here. That'd be fantastic. We've got 4 watch-alongs in a row over 100 likes. So let's keep going and let's keep the streak alive of making it 5 watch-alongs of 100 plus. Another +6 Davidson, says Corey. That was from before. Bailey Dale +6 coming up. That's they might even play the free kick, you know, for high. Darcy. No, not paid the mark. Oh, that's a dangerous tackle as well. Bit of frustration there from Darcy, who thought he should have been paid the mark. He didn't actually have control of it. It's not a mark, Darcy. I don't know why he was asking for it. He fumbled the ball. Holland's no tackle because it went to Vandermeer. Of course it did. Fraser, take the mark. Oh, my God. Fraser and Davidson are in the area. Could they get a handball? Davidson will. Davidson gets the handball there. Give it back to Davidson. Davidson again. Kicks it in the 50. DeConing. Good mark from DeConing. Oh, it's a free kick to Darcy. Unbelievable. Holland's still on a wing. Hopefully he can actually score there, says Brisbane Bloods. Chera bench start again, I think, says Corey. Who's more important, Marais or Bice? Oh, geez. Probably Marais with the lower break even and he's a bit more expensive, so I'd get him and then Bice, but I'm probably looking at getting both next week. Would you rather Powell or Saligo, says Connecting? I would rather Powell. I like Saligo, great player, but they have played some good easy opposition to start the season, and I don't see him averaging over 100 personally, whereas Powell I could see averaging 100. I have a feeling Davidson debut 100 score tonight, says Corey. I hope so, mate. Be really nice. Will Zach Williams get money rise this game? Probably not. So a bit of push and shove. Dogs are back to within 2 goals as well, so let's have a look. Let's see if Williams will go up for you, Andrew. Zach Williams, break-even was 78. No, he's going to drop a fair bit of cash, unfortunately for you there, Andrew. Nate Morgan, would you trade in a red dot of Corey Warner can still fill 22 with his negative break-even to get Davidson on foot if he goes 90 plus? Yeah, Nate, that would be something I'd be considering, yes. Because you're going to get a guy that's going to be playing. Rookie, I don't love trading in, but if you're getting a good score on the bench for it, I think you definitely could. Corey Blatters, not not by TDK, didn't give away the free. It was Wiedering. Oh, I knew it was Wiedering to give away the free kick, but I was just annoyed that Taconing couldn't get the +6 because it was a free. Fraser tackle. Oh, piss off. And they've paid the free because Hewitt bloody pulled his head back. See, Fraser's now the issue. We were thinking Sanders is the issue, but it's now Fraser. Fraser's the one that's now becoming an issue because we all thought he'd be playing half back, but playing midfield and playing half forward and just not scoring well enough. So it looks like Hewitt's gone to Richards as well. TDK. Don't know if we got a handball there, if that was knocked out, but... Sanders on the ground as well. Good to see him finally back on. And Gallagher stole off Sanders, but doesn't matter because it was a free kick for Bramble. Go to your left, Bramble. Go to your left, Bramble. Sanders has gone out that way. He's actually in the middle of the ground now. No, he's going to go the other way. Literally, we're no Davidson, no Sanders. So let's go to the opposite wing where our players aren't. Libba +6. Switch it, Libba. Darcy, good mark, good grab over Chera. If it wasn't slow, he might have been able to get the handball off to Sanders. Fraser could get a +6 here from Baker. Oh, no, he's gone to English. Sanders missed the tackle. Bloody hell. Our players just getting a bit unlucky at the moment. Just points missing. Is Dale even playing, says Karen. He is just not playing very well, unfortunately. Corey Badge, why is Evans playing? He's horrible. Played bad in the VFL last week. Campo was okay. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know why. It baffles me that they brought him in instead, but unfortunately, we can't really do much about it. Campo should not have been dropped. He was the scapegoat for a poor performance from Carlton. From a young player that's had a good pre-season, they drop him and they play Francis Evans instead, who's failed at 2 clubs and will probably fail at a 3rd club. So picked up Hewitt as a pod this week, says Moonchild. Don't mind Elijah Hewitt as a rookie pick. Darcy marks the ball and it's a free against Chera. Lol. Was it a free against Chera? Unbelievable. Max Bosman put Dale in the chat 3 times, so I don't know if he's done something here or... Well, he took the mark there. There you go. So, go to Sanders. Yes! I fucking missed him. That's why he put Dale in there. That's why Dale was in the chat, because Dale is shit. Completely missed Sanders on an easy +6. Unbelievable. Dale getting tagged by Cottrell here. I brought Dale in over Nastin Supercoach. Unbelievable. Easy kick, and he misses Sanders. Free kick for DeConing against English. Handball from DeConing. Probably a risky handball, that one, but... Doc kick. Ed Richards. Hopefully Sanders is here somewhere. No. Turnover. So the Dogs players are also the big reason why some of our players aren't scoring extra points, because they just can't kick the ball. That'll be a ball up. Unbelievable. Bloody Sanders could have easily been over 50 now, but his teammates don't know how to get in the ball. So that was an easy kick as well. Like, Bailey Dale's kicking to start the year has been really, really shit, and he's normally been known for his good kicking. But he's definitely not been a good kick to start the season. Don't know why that was called play on, but... Sanders is free, and he was free for a while, and Harms kicks to a 2-on-1 against the Bulldogs. That makes a lot of sense. Cool. Love to see these spud players for the Dogs kicking to 2-on-1 against them. Like... That was an easy kick to Sanders, and he decided against it. And look at that. Carlton lining up for goal. Bloody Harms, your shit, mate. Should not be in the team. How many players at the Dogs? I've said this too many times. I'm going to have a look at the bloody Dogs team tonight, and I'm going to tell you how many spuds they've got in their team. There is way too many players in this team that should not be there. Let's have a look. Riley West is fine. Darcy's good. Vandermeer, shit, get rid of him. Sanders, good. Norton, good. Kennedy, good. Davidson, Libber. Bailey Williams, good. Bramble, shit, get rid of him. Lobb, good. Dale, it's been shit, but he's still good. Gallagher's fine. Jones, good. Buku, in and out. I don't really know. English, good. Fraser, Richards, good. Baker, meh. O'Donnell, meh. Harms, shit. McNeil, shit. There's way too many people in that team that are not up to the standard and should not be in the team. So, just shit. Sanders is hated by his teammates, says Max Bosm. Agreed. Duconi will get 160 plus Supercoach. He already scored like 30 points this quarter. Buku, best player, says Rob Sock G. Buku's okay. Like I won't count him in. Sam, Lob, good, are you sure? Lob's fine in defence. There's a lot worse players in the Dogs than Lob. It's more about these other players that keep ignoring Sanders and Davidson. They're all shit. Fraser being bevoed. Yep. Sanders in the CBA. Good to see. So Harms is in the CBA. Why is Harms in the CBA? Like, again, Harms is one of these spuds that should not be in the CBA. I wonder if he's doing a job on crits, but still. Fraser again, just not scoring points. Give it to Sanders. Bailey, yeah, good on you, Bailey Williams. I'll put you in the same boat as these other guys that just keep ignoring our bloody players. This season's horrible so far. Bring on chocolate, not even helping, lol. Binging on chocolate, not even helping, sorry. Bevo, in my eyes, has been a terrible coach for Western Bulldogs. They should have had way more flags. Oh, for the team they've had? Yep. They remind me a bit of the Crows from the early 2000s. The team that the Crows had should have won multiple flags, but they didn't. They didn't even win one. Bulldogs have only won one. They probably should have won at least two. Maybe three. Sanders got a kick away. Has he got... Oh. I thought that would have been Sanders' goal. Still got a kick, though. Dogs haven't had a set on-ball rotation for years. Even when Trelaw and Bont's there, Bevo rotates way too much. I'm all for having 5 or 6 players range to the midfield, but agreed, you're probably going to have a better rotation and better mix. So Holland's +6 there. Davidson, says Max. So Davidson has done something. I can't see anything because I think he got a couple of touches there. So then he got a kick and a handball. Make that 3 disposals. Make that 4 disposals. My God. He's doing bloody massive things here. Akers, that'll be holding the ball every day of the week. Had an arm free. You got to ping him. Yep. Akers, that's the rule. See, that's the rule. You have an arm pinned, you're gone. Hi, Bale, says Sneeko. How you going, Sneeko, mate? Hope you're going well. +7 there or more, says Corey. Davidson, huge possession. It was 3. I was 3 touched. I thought it was 4. But anyway, Detonator, what do you think about Rioli? Dan Rioli machine, that is. I don't know. Haven't seen enough yet. Not confident to go either way. Thankfully, I traded out Hollands over Sanders, says B. Young. Ben, Jesus, Chera can't get near it. Feels like he's been playing a different pace this quarter. Chera has started well every first quarter, every game, and then doesn't do as much after that. But he's on 56. He's still got time. But Davidson's on 68 now. He's the 4th highest scoring player in the game. And he's the equal leading possession getter. No, he's the leading possession getter on the ground with 19. Chera, Richards, De Koning, and Libber have all had 18. So De Koning on 80 as well is ridiculous. He's going big this quarter. Where's Sens on 48? So had the 1 kick so far, but playing more midfield tonight, which is a positive, and playing a bit better as well. So it could be better moving forward. Davidson benched is killing me, says Tom Elliott. Harley Reid, an option, says Andrew. Not for me, no. If Davidson goes 90 or 100, which is obviously a possibility from now, you can trade Corey Warner in your forward line and bring him in. Where's English? Glad I didn't start him, says Fallen Wrath. Had a quiet quiet quarter and a bit, actually. He was good for the first quarter and a bit, but has been quiet since. Here's Walsh with a clearance. Gets the kick. Put the VC on Rosie. Would I jump into the captain armband on McRae or Dawson, says Nate Morgan. Did my captain video. I've got McRae at number 1, Dawson number 2. So I'd be going for McRae. McRae's got the better matchup. Fraser and Sanders out this side. Oh, shit kick again. And who was it? Lockie bloody Bramble. Why on earth is he got kicking duties? He's shithouse. Or was it Dale, maybe? I don't think it was Dale, was it? That was Bramble. I just don't understand why Bramble is taking kick-ins. Give it to Sanders. Sanders handball, good. Liver, kick. Silvani, good intercept mark there. Fraser at -3 this quarter, says Luke. Yep, disappointing so far this quarter. Intercept mark for Baker. Sanders short. No, missed it. See, this is what I like from Sanders. When his confidence is up, he leads for these little +6s. He's not getting them at the moment, but if he can start getting them, we could be seeing potentially a good score on the cards. VC Dawson, says Andrew. I'd be VCing someone else, Andrew, because he is playing on Sunday, so you might as well have a crack at someone else. I'd captain Dawson, VC McRae or someone. Here's Sanders, handball. A lot of handballs for Sanders tonight, but still scoring points. There's Libber. There's O'Donnell. Oh, Davidson's near. If this could bounce, mate, to David. Oh, come on, Davidson. Give it to Davidson. Give it to Davidson. No, not Vandermeer, you idiot. Wrong player. Dogs kick goal. They went to McNeil. They should have gone to Davidson there. Unbelievable. Missed a golden opportunity to get it to Davidson. And he would have been well over 70. I think we're back. Someone let me know. Thumbs up or anything. Let me know in the chat. Are we back? Or am I still frozen? So we're back? Okay, cool. Okay, thanks, Max. Welcome back. Yeah, I honestly, no idea why. I looked at my internet, was still on. It just said it just dropped out and was not connecting. And it said like 10 connection tries and didn't connect. But anyway, we're back. I saw Davidson and Sanders got a couple of touches there. So, yeah, no idea why. Everyone's saying he's frozen yet, but I'm back. Honestly, fun with Sanders, we can get 70 pluses max. Come on, Chera to start scoring. Angus Easy gives to someone who isn't fantasy around Bale's worst decision I've ever seen. Oh, mate, you're not wrong. But also, sometimes it also is. Sanders getting a lot more CBAs as well since the first quarter, which is very good to see. I saw Davidson got a +6 and Sanders got a touch or two while it was frozen. Here's Sanders again. Got a handball away just in time. And here's Walsh. Has he done something? Still nothing. Watch Fraser, big quarter, says Corey. If can't lose this, they're riot. Angus Easy, anyone else get lag issues? Yeah, okay, cool, yep. And then frozen, and he's injured. Apparently someone injured, I'm not sure who that is. Need more super chats to get Bale's better internet, says Max. If anyone wants to put a super chat in, then feel free. Fraser +6 coming up. Feel free to put a super chat in if you so wish, and help me get better internet. I traded in Dale and never expected him to be tagged, says Karen. Yeah, I didn't expect that to be the case either, to be honest. Get to Davidson. Out the back. Go, Davidson. I think that's a free against Fraser. So he got the +6, but then just just completely ruined it. Poor form from the commentary team, not mentioning Davidson, says Max Bossom. Mentioning for what, Max? Chair as a trade, says Caleb Fife. Needs to get rid of Hollands, but has to wait 2 weeks. Payne, says Grover. Samoy, so traded Fraser in and Sanders out. Yeah, that sucks. Davidson going berserk, says Sneeko. Hello, we're back. Everyone's saying cool. Good to see. Soon, can't wait. F5, F6, Ashcroft, Davidson. That's going to be good. Not Fraser. Not Fraser's Nightman, says Nicky Joe Caruso. Crinkly cut. Fraser just being killed by the umps. Luke Davies, don't get Davidson's score this week. Davidson's on 86, says Doc Holiday. Oh, Davidson's racking up. We knew that this was a possibility as well, and that's why I said, if you're looking for a ceiling score, go Davidson over Garcia, because this was always a possibility that we've seen in the preseason. He could do it. Sanders up to 61 as well, so not too bad. Just Fraser now is the one that is the big issue. And we've only got 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Where's Fraser? Fraser's on 33. So he hasn't moved this quarter. So that's potentially a big issue to deal with now, because his cash is going to stall and it's going to stop. So that sucks, because I thought he'd be a guy I could hold for another month or so, but maybe not. Dave, I'm a new favourite player, says Nicky Joe. Max Davidson has been brilliant, and he's a rook. Commentators should at least get around him. Moonboy, how do I get Davidson's score for the E on him? Bring in Corey Warner, Moonboy. That would be what I would be doing if you wanted to take his score. I get Reed and Davidson on filters, Corey. Surely Chera's a 30-point last course, says Fallen Wrath. Hopefully. Now with emergencies, using Roberts and Wicks, says Corey. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've got Wicks, so I'll use him for Davidson tonight, which is good. Don't have to worry about Connor Stone. And it'll be another score I'll be able to get on the field. So I know there'll be a few... Oh, Fraser again could have taken a mark, but he won't get it because shit kick from the Dogs again. That is an absolute floater, that kick. Is that actually going to work for Carlton? No. Behind for Kerno. Errol Goulden's back next week. No, Andrew's back for it. Not for a while. He's apparently going to be back in like around their mid-season bye. So still a fair way away, Andrew. There's O'Donnell. Fraser's forward, so if he goes to him now, going towards Fraser. And of course, Wiedering had to take the mark. Chera and issue, says Angus. Moonboy, thank you, Bales. All good, mate. Yeah, but Chera's a bit annoyed. Got bevoed, says B Young. Who got bevoed? Young? Oh, Fraser, you're talking about? Should I take his score or not? Worth practically wasting a trade. If you bring in Corey Warner, you're not really wasting a trade, though, because he's going to come, he's going to make money. You just bring him in a week earlier, and he'll make cash for you. So, like, if I wanted to, I could keep Will Day, not worry about Rankin, and go get Corey Warner this week instead. But I still feel like I'm going to go get Rankin. Oh, good mark there from Sam Darcy. Inboard, trying to find Fraser. Again, of course, a shit kick, and he gets tackled for nothing. Why can't these Bulldogs players actually pass their teammates properly? Like, why is he kicking on his left foot inboard? Use your preferred foot, you idiot. 6 points for Fraser, gone. And it's like 20, 30 points he's missing, Fraser, because his teammates can't pass to him. Chera got a kick there. Gallagher kicking to no one in particular, just kicks it out to the boundary. That'll be insufficient intent. Has to be paid. What a shit kick from Gallagher. He's nearing on adding into all these other spuds. I don't really care if he's a young player. There's just too many of them. Dale was trying to go for an intercept marked. There's Dale kick. There's Richards. Go to Sanders. Short to Sanders. Go short to Fraser at least. Fraser handball. Here's Sanders. Handball. Davidson. Get to Davidson. Go, Davidson. I've got tackled by bloody Wiedering. Piss off, Wiedering. Darcy's a marking machine, says Karen. Take Davidson, score over Smith, Rankin, McRae, or Daniel. You could do it over Smith, you know. I don't know if I'd do it over... I wouldn't do it over McRae or Daniel, put it that way. That's a high tackle. That'll be a free. You could do Smith, but I don't know. It's a risky one. Says, and that was Woo Gaming for the question. Max, he's as good as we've seen for a while. Darcy, yeah, agreed. I think Stillthorpe's also very, very good as a Crows fan. Did Fraser just give another one away? No, I don't think so. So you'd fix a red dot instead and keep Day, says Moon Boy. So Moon Boy, if there's no way for you to take his score, Davidson's score, I might as well just keep Day and go red dot to Corey Warner. I'll do that. Bulldogs team so overrated, says Corey. I would agree with that. And this is going to be the last thing for halftime. Bales, I think you're like a minute behind, am I? So Riley West has just kicked the goal. Dogs back to within 2 points. No, I'm up to date. Angus, you might be behind. I don't know. Brought in Dallas says Stephen Thomas. He's been shit tonight. Hewitt on 79 has had a 101 and 120, break even 64. Yeah, he's been good to start the year. Yeah, still sorts of gun. I was just talking about pure marketability. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah. Davidson is him, says JW67. He's been fantastic. Missed the conversation. Do we trade in a red dot to loop Davidson? Not a red dot. Corey Warner. Corey Warner would be the blue dot. He's going to make cash. So if you're doing it, you do it for him. But let's just see. Davidson might score 0 points in the last quarter, right? Let's just wait. Let's just wait and see what he ends up with, and then we'll have that conversation. But scores at 3/4 time. Libba 103 has been great. TDK 95 has been good. Very, very good, actually, I should say. Davidson 86 has been fantastic. Very, very handy for a rookie to get a good score here. Hewitt 79. Harms and Darcy 76 each. Richard 72. Sard 65. Chera 64. Chera was invisible that quarter. Sanders 63. That's okay. If he had a few more tackles, he'd be right up there. But if he can get to an 80, 90, I'd be pretty happy with that. English 61. He's been quiet for 2 quarters now. He was good in the first quarter, but nowhere since. DeConing's really beating him up at the moment. Kerno 61. Walsh 59 been quiet. Cripps 59 been quiet. Doherty 58 was invisible that quarter, unfortunately. Dale 47. Not good. Hollands 45. Not good. Kennedy 43. Not good. Fraser 38. Not good. So if you missed all those other ones and you've got from pretty much Sanders up, you'd be pretty happy. But if you've got any of those other guys like your Cheras or someone like that, you'd be pretty disappointed. From Sanders up, I said. But yeah, Sanders up, but discounting Chera because Chera was invisible. But everyone else, like Fraser, that's disappointing. Like, so he'd be doing a lot better than 38. I started with him, so I'm still fine with the starting pick. But if you trade into him, you'd be really not enjoying this watch. We are in front. Those not on KO, says Karen. Corey, I brought in Dale in draft as a free agent. Didn't play Stewart as I thought he was out. Max is saying, will top 2K rank? I'd be rising up in rank as well, actually. Let's just have a look. What's my rank? My rank's up to... Well, no, it's actually... it's gone up from last night, but it's 29,000. That's obviously me not looping on Davidson's 86 yet. So I'll bench Stone. I'll get the 86, so I'd be up in rank. I don't want to do it yet, though. I don't want to test the fantasy gods with anything, so I'll leave it for the time being. Should I flip a coin on Zorko and Macca for the C? Says Fallen Wrath. Oh, don't go Zorko, Fallen Wrath. Definitely not. Definitely go McRae. It's going to be very, very wet. So I would not be doing that there. Dylan Willis. I have Davidson on my bench and can't loop. Depends what your trades are, Dylan. You could bring in Corey Warner, who is a blue dot, and he'll make cash. Max Boston, for how shit my team feels, I'm surprised how high rank I am. That's good. 2-point ball game, says Andrew. English needs to go right, says Angelo. Depending on what other issues you've got, but he's been pretty disappointing. You should put the match clock up so people can sync, says Ian G. I honestly don't even know if I can, to be honest, on here. I'd have to maybe set one up properly, but I don't know exactly how to be able to do that. Bit complicated for me. If someone else could do it, I might be able to do it, but... I'll be able to sync everyone up before and be able to tell everyone where we are. Can't get Davidson on field. Connor Stone or Garcia late out. Fingers crossed. Says Nate Morgan. Can you trade in Corey Warner, Nate? Stephen Thomas. Poor game fantasy wise. Really only TDK doing well. Oh, Davidson doing well as well. If you got Riley Sanders, he was looking bad, but now doing better. So, near decent last score from Cherry will be happy with a 90, says Max. Looks like if Davidson doesn't score for the rest of the quarter, he goes up 82k this week. That's huge. Fraser averaging 70 for us round 1 owners. 24, new interpretation, the holding the ball rule is crap, so you can now drop the purposely throwing the ball to the ground and be fine. Yeah, it's stupid, Tony. Jai Tanner, don't have Davidson on field, but no real problems apart from Perryman to fix. We're trading in a 0 or just cop the loss. Jai, depends what your trade's looking like and what you're doing, but I'd be happy to trade in Corey Warner to take the score. Footy Frenzy was tossing up between Davidson and Hall, couldn't loop and chuck Davidson on 10 seconds before, says Footy Frenzy. Good stuff, mate. Congrats. Samois used both my trades praying on Connor Stone's downfall. Praying he gets dropped, says Samois. Andrew, is Sam Doherty, Isaac Rankin an option? Not for me. I'm too sideways. Who's your red dot in the forwards to get Davidson, says Jack. I got Wicks. I started Wicks, so it's actually going to work out to be a positive for this week. But then again, if I couldn't loop, I would have played Davidson over Stone, but that's my own team anyway. Davidson's on my field with TDK, Fraser and Dale. Cool. Let's see if there's any updates to scores or anything like that at the 3/4 time break. Probably not. Doesn't seem like it. So Sanders and Davidson starting on the bench. I don't love that, but they've both played well, so... Davidson staying on the bench. Yeah, and Sanders as well. Hopefully Fraser in the midfield and can start off well. Yep, Fraser midfield. So Fraser, Kennedy, and Richards, I'm imagining, or Libba. Libba. So interesting if Richards not staying the midfield 3 for the quarter, but Fraser, that'll be a tackle for Fraser. So a good start for Fraser the quarter. There's a kick for English coming up. Almost ran too far then. And he kicked it into Cripps. English is just, I don't know. I feel like it's almost that year that he had, everything fell into place for him. But since then, he just hasn't done anything. When's Adam Treloar due back, says Andrew? He had a setback, so I don't know, probably like sometime after round 8, I think. Far out, Bales. What do I do? Dave on the bench and can't get him on, says P exercised. Trading Corey Warner. That'd be my plan if he goes 100 plus, but you don't have to do it. Like, what's his name? DT Lemon could have brought in a red dot when Nick Martin went 120 a few years ago, but he didn't. So you don't have to bring him on. You could just cup the points loss and get the trades you want. But you can also trade in Corey Warner as well. Tom Green or Anderson for M4, Whitfield or Nasai for D2. I like the way Anderson started, and being the captain, there's just something about him this year that might be him. I'd probably still go Tom Green, Whitfield and Nasai for D2. If you're bringing in this week, it's Nasai, but in terms of the season, I think Whitfield will score more. But I'd rather save the 100k cash and get Nasai this week. Never pass to a giraffe ruckman, says Karen. How are the commentators calling Young sometimes Kerno? I feel for Mitch with English. Well, Corey, who are you listening to? You're listening to Hutto and Jared Waitley on KO, or are you listening to the Channel 7 ones? Zach Williams was subbed out due to injury, says Andrew. Yep. So Young with the goal there. Can't get that little bit of breathing space. Fox Footy. Interesting. Okay. Hutto and Jared Waitley are normally pretty good. So, to be fair, I actually haven't heard them do Friday Night Footy because I'm doing all the watch-alongs for it. So, Libba, good tackle on Chera. Holding the ball. Matt Kennedy. Bad kick. Didn't hit West. And behind for Riley West. Is Tom Green next week for a Perryman a good trade? He has Eagles, could be a big C game. Yep, yeah, could definitely be something you look at following Rath for sure. Ollie Hollands +6 coming up. Needs to hopefully get to a good score for people that held. Bales, how do you split Nasir and Sinclair? Holland's out of bounds. I don't know really how you can, Andrew, to be honest. They're both so good. Depends what you're after. They normally always say when you've got two guys so close, just split it by who's cheaper. and that's Nasai by 12K. So maybe go Nasai, but both are very, very good options. I like both. That's a tackle for Fraser as well, so it should be anyway. Oh, free kick for Fraser. Free kick for on the ball, Fraser. It's a free kick for... That's not Libba's free kick. That's a Fraser free kick. Fucking Fraser, why the hell did you just say, Libba, you take it? And see, that's what I mean. Like, the umpires sometimes, when they feel like it, go, oh, it's his free kick, go back. But when they feel like it, they go, oh, nah, he just takes it. Let's just leave it. Stupid umpires. It's like BT last week called Charles CJ. Yeah, BT gets way too much wrong. I went Data Closey. You recommend go to Warner instead of Davo, keeps his place. If you were going Data Closey, I would 100% go Corey Warner instead and get Davidson's score. I think Corey Warner's a better pick than Closey. I still don't like the Closey pick. Whether it works or not, I don't know. If someone told me that Ted Closey was going to be in the Geelong team for 4 weeks and not be the sub, I'd love the pick. But knowing Geelong, he'll probably be the sub at some point in the next couple of weeks or even dropped. So I wouldn't be having him. Is this touched? Could be touched here. I'm not sure. Hopefully Sanders and Davidson come back on, though. That'd be nice. Let's have a look. Has Fraser got any points? Do they count any of those tackles? He's up to 47, so they've counted a couple of those tackles. So he's had a better start to the quarter. If we can get to a 70, 80 from here, again, that's not awful. It's obviously not ideal, but it's not awful. Come on, make a decision, guys. How long does it take? It really shouldn't take you long. That looks touch to me. So, Libba going big, says Fallen Wrath. Baker's out. Baker being subbed out, says Corey. And Andrew, good. Not good for Baker being subbed out and injured. I hope he's okay, but at least means that Sanders and that are fine. Fraser's never going to be subbed out anyway. And same with Davidson, but good, at least they didn't get subbed out. But yeah, Fallen Wrath Libra is going big. He's been good tonight. I think there's a finger deviation, so I don't know why they're taking... See, and this is the thing. All the bloody people complain, like all the players and stuff and that complain, oh, the game's too long. This is why. This is the exact reason why. Take way too long with score reviews. If there's nothing definitive, then don't pay it, then just leave it alone. But if there is definitive, like I thought there was a finger thing, but I don't even know if it was definitive, then move on. Pay the goal. It takes way too long. And that'll be out of bounds. Doherty ready to be traded out, says Andrew. I'm not sure, Andrew. We'll see what he scores. Sanders and Davidson, 6 minutes on the bench, says Corey. Well, hopefully they're both on. Oh, that's 6 minutes on the bench, but there's only been 2.5 minutes of the actual quarter's game time gone. So it's like, it says 6 minutes, but it hasn't been as long because the review took 50 years. I don't think either Davidson or Sanders are on. Doherty's been short for like ages. And McGovern. God, McGovern. I'm so glad Crows got rid of you, mate. So, well, actually, no, Crows didn't get rid of you. You left. She wanted to be because apparently, I don't know if anyone remembers that, but Mitch McGovern left to Carlton because he wanted to be the next big forward for Carlton. But little did he know that they had Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay there. So good on him. Get off the bench, senses. Be young. Guys, relax. It's the only reason he's been on the bench for a bit longer is because the score review took 50 years. That's the only reason why it says 6 minutes. It hasn't actually been 6 minutes of the quarter. Well, sorry, I should say not 6 minutes of game time. There's a kick from Fraser. Got smothered, but still count. Go to Fraser. Go to Fraser. Kick from Fraser. Fraser, good start to last quarter. He does this all the time, Fraser. predicted Baker getting subs. Ben, yes, you did. You predicted that before. English, Moonboy, and he's with angry faces. This is literally what I did my score Simon about. I said they should introduce a 30-second review timer. That would have been handy there. Agreed, Brisbane Bloods. I remember you asking about that as well. That would be very handy at a time like that. Takes too long. Sorry. If it's not definitive, then just say, give it umpire's call. Like, I can understand in a final taking a bit longer because obviously the amount of pressure that's on that or near an end of a game, but they probably got the right call in the end, but it took too long to get the right call in the end. So I think English is getting a free kick here. So there you go, Moon Boy. Rocket have been sent, so English lining up for goal. Hey, Bales, I want to know what CROM stands for. Figured you would know, says Baxter's back. To be honest, I don't know. I think it's just a nickname. It's like pair for port. I think CROM is just like go the CROM. I think it's just that, to be honest. I just say Crows. I never say CROM, but let's go English. Never doubted you, says Moon Boy. I question that, Moon Boy. If you've doubted him or not, I question it. And English misses it. So Moon Boy, you did doubt him, unfortunately. You get some points at least, but yeah. Hopefully Davidson and Sanders came on. Sanders is on. I'm assuming Sanders is on, then Davidson is also on, but just on the other wing. Tackle from Kennedy. And ball in. No English, what are you doing? Says Brisbane Bloods. Moon Boy is just laugh, crying face, but I'm assuming that's just crying because otherwise you'd be angry. Let's go Bulldogs, says Andrew. It's a good game. They should just change the rules. If it goes through the big post, it's a goal, says Adzi. Yeah, just that would actually make a lot quicker. Imagine if that happened. Massive change that would be. TDK tackle. I've traded in Warner to take Davidson's score, says detached edits. Don't mind that at all, depending on what Davidson ends up on. If he doesn't score any points from here, then I don't know if I'd necessarily trade in guy not playing this week just to get an 86. There's Sanders. Go Sanders. Handball for Sanders. Here's Vandermeer. Is he actually going to do something useful with it? Gives it to Davidson, so he did do something useful with it. Handball from, I don't know if that was Fraser, I think it was O'Donnell actually, but Davidson got a handball there as well. Here's Dolan for his first touch of the game and turns it over. Hollands, handball. Hollands could get it back here. Nick Haynes just ignores him, but Doherty should get a +6 coming up. Yep, Doherty kick. And lob mark. Where's Davidson or Sanders? Switch it to the right because I'm pretty sure it's Davidson's wing. And they're going out to the opposite wing. Is that Fraser? Fraser! +6. Here we go. So this is Fraser doing his usual. Having his big last quarter. Like he does every week. He always saves his score late even if he's quiet. Why is the scores just glitching for some reason? Don't know if they've updated. They have updated. Where are we up to? I really want Gawn to go big tomorrow to make up from last week, says Fallen Wrath. I think he'll respond in a big way. I know it's a tougher matchup, but I think he will. Skills are cap. Made the mistake putting Davidson on the bench. You could look at Corey Warner, their skills up. Jack CROM comes from a woman who misspelt writing Crow on a critical post on Facebook years ago and was picked up as a pair-like nickname after that. Yeah, I thought it was a bit like the pair. There you go. Darcy goal. Bulldogs hit the front. Been kicking myself a VC Rosie. Please, McRae, go big, says the Tatch Heads. I've got him as my number one option, so I hope he does, mate. Karen Shannon, Darcy's arrived. Baxter's back. Cheers, Jack. I think Darcy's definitely arrived already there. I'll take a Holland 70. Come on, man, says Brisbane Bloods with 4 rocket emojis. Loving Darcy in game day squad, says Corey. I didn't put him in my game day squad. I wonder if is Fraser over 60 now? No, 59. So, again, he's got to 59, and there's still a lot of the quarter to come. So, if we got it, there's a chance here for us to have a good night, and hopefully Fraser and Sanders can really finish it off for us, along with Davidson, and hopefully De Koning just get to really good scores. Your bench doesn't count towards the points, right? No, it doesn't. No. So if you bring in Corey Warner, though, that's a blue dot. If you've got Davidson emergency there, that'll count for you. There's Cheryl with the clearance, gets the kick. So what do we got? Just over 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes, 14 seconds. Fraser and Sanders in the midfield at the moment. Sanders tackled straight away, so that'll be a ball up. Sanders played much better tonight. Much better tonight. Out of bounds on the full. Tom Brester, Fraser, says Andrew. Don't know if I'd be trading in Fraser now. You've missed the cash gen, the good scores. What score for Davidson would you trade in Warner? 90 plus? Yeah, I'd take 90, but I probably would look at doing it now. I just don't know if you have to do it unless if your other trade's better. But for those people bringing in Closey, I think it's a no-brainer. Or even another rookie, because at least Warner will be back. The risk you're running, right, is that Corey Warner doesn't come back. But I think he will. How's Corey Warner's job security? I think it's good, Luke. I think he's got good. He's played well to start the season. I think he's got a high half-forward wing role in the Dogs team. .5 minutes to go now. Keep smashing the likes. We've got 68, so 32 away. Obviously, want to keep that the run of 100 likes on each stream going. So make sure you keep smashing the likes. Sanders is free. No, O'Donnell's going to go longer to a contest. That's no surprise. Players love kicking a contest. They don't like kicking to their teammates that are free. They like going to contests. Can't believe I trusted Holland, says Crinkly Cut. Yeah, he's been very poor. The risk is that you miss Lindsay or a Never or a Nod if you go Warner for Davidson too. Unless they've got them all. Fraser's on the bench, so he'll have his final rest and come back on. Warring going to be wet. Nevitt could produce a stinker, says Attached Says. But he could also get a lot of tackles, though. That's the thing. Tackle for De Koning there. Should have been holding the ball. There is, yes, at 4. Nevitt instead of a Power to get Warner in, says Detached Edits. Ooh, I don't know if I'd do that. I like Power, but then again, Nevitt's good as well. Sanders handball. Smother from English. Dale broke the tackle. And another shit kick from Dale. Dale's been shit tonight. Not even just his game, but his disposals have been awful as well. Like he's turned it over, I think, every time he's kicked it. Which is annoying because I put Dale in my game day squad last night as well. So that's really disappointing that I'm going to get that shit score in the team. There's De Koning. Oh, I don't know if that's a tackle for Sanders or not. I don't think it is, but you never know. See, France Evans has done nothing tonight. Don't even know why he's in the team. Hopefully Camporelli comes back into the team next week. That's the hope. But there's also a chance that he doesn't. I just don't know why he was dropped in the first place. I really don't. That's a high tackle against Cripps. Yep. That's not advantage. Game stopped. Yep. See, unfortunately, this quarter so far has been stuck on this side, so Davidson's not getting any of the ball. It's been stuck on the opposite wing. Good thing is at least Sanders is playing in the midfield. Like, since the first quarter, he's played midfield. So, Zach Williams to Ted Closey is what Andrew's saying. There's Sanders with a handball. Good handball as well. Dolan. Okay, where's Davidson here? Here he is. Come on, Davidson. Donald came in. Come on, Davidson. Let's get a touch. Get to 90. Buki, handball it to Davidson. Yes! Davidson, 91. Beautiful. We got the 90. Good kick to Dolan as well from Davidson. Very good player, Davidson is. He was poor last week, says Max Bosm. He made a lot of mistakes. Are you talking about Bailey Dale there, Max? TDK's levels above English. Agreed. Funny how Sanders to the midfield coincide with the Bulldogs getting back into the game. Moon Boy, we always say it, that sometimes Bevo tries to be a bit too smart. Should just be playing Sanders in his natural position in the midfield. Sanders up to 69, exactly what he scored last week, but he's still got half a quarter to go. TDK 113 as well. Getting close to a score that you'd be pretty happy to take. If you get 7 more points, you'd be pretty happy to take a 120. Think he can definitely get there from here. Was talking about Camporelli, said Max. Okay. I still think it was a bit rough. He had one poorer game and then he gets dropped. Like, a young player like that, you probably got to give him another week or two. I just find it a bit rough that he came in, played well against the GWS in pre-season, played well against Richmond, then gets dropped after one poor game. A 70 from Sanders felt like a dreamer at quarter time, says Moonboy. Oh, exactly, mate. But now we're probably sitting here hoping that you can get to a 90 from here. TDK handball, that's the 115. So that might have been ticked over for some people. They're going to take it maybe. Cripps, not a great kick. Davidson +6 could be coming up here. Yes! Davidson! Legend! On to 97 now. Things you'd love to see. Sanders in the middle. Come on, Libber. Sanders is there. Look a bit more on board, mate. You're looking out way too much on the wing. Or go back to Davidson. Yes! 103 for Davidson. Or unless that wasn't called a mark, then he's on 100. But still, he's on the ton. Doesn't matter. If we could, if we could somehow get a Sanders 90 from here, that's a poor kick from Libber. Trying to find Fraser again. So Fraser's been a bit unlucky with his teammates tonight. They've turned it over so much. Had all Luke Davidson on F's sake, says exceptions. Here we go. That's Brody Kemp completely alone. And goal for Carlton. They get the lead back. You get Corey Warner. That would be my thing, exceptions. That's what I'd do. I agree it was a harsh drop, but the club's desperate at the moment, says Max Bossom. Corey Davidson should have a +6, but the umpire said not 15 from Libber. Davidson, a.k.a. my new F6, says Moonboy. Got to take that Davidson score. Warner in it is. Max Bossom, what a game from the young man. Agreed. What do you think about Lawson Humphrey, says Detonator? I don't know, not for me. Footy Frenzy asking for a refresh? Sure. I think that's just because you want to see the Davidson triple figure score. If I was to do a spicy take, that's what I would have said. If I was on the Ball Boys pod, I would have said spicy take Davidson gets 100 and causes panic in the fantasy community for people to try and take the score. I had a feeling. I said on the pod, Davidson could go 100 tonight. So if you want the ceiling score, go him. Should I get Warner and miss on closer? Yes. Yep, Luke, I'll do that for sure. So Richards, Libber, and Matt Kenny in the midfield. So Sanders back forward, I'm assuming. But yeah, Lawson Humphries detonated. Not for me, especially with the wet weather this week. I wouldn't trade into him personally. Wow, Kemp's kicked 5 goals, just quietly. Didn't realise he kicked 5 goals. Just want to see the Davidson ton, says Footy Frenzy. Yep, mate, fair enough as well. Fair enough. I probably should have refreshed it when he got the 100. Go to Sanders. Oh, give it to Sanders Norton. Oh, you absolute spud. He's not worth $1 million, that's for sure. Easy handball over the top and misses Sanders. Unbelievable. Could have been a goal. Goal gone begging for Sanders. Can't be upset with Sanders getting another 70 or 80, can we? Says Grover. No, I don't think we can. Hopefully Sanders starts in the mid next week and stays there from now on. Could actually become a keeper against his Moonboy. I don't think he was ever a keeper because Bont and Shaw will come back at some point. But he's meant to be a guy we're hoping to keep till nearer the mid-season buys. That's what we were hoping for. But in a forward line, there's not much options. I don't think it's a bad play of just keeping him. So that means I'll probably have a forward in my mids for a while. Davidson tackle. Love to see it. Oh, Davidson. Love it. That's extra 70k, says Luke. Vivek, is it worth reversing my trade of Data Nevitt to trade to get Warner for Stone and get Davidson points? Oh, that's an interesting one. I think you could. I just don't love holding Day and they're missing Nevitt. That's the only thing I don't like. But if you're confident on the points, then you could. Brisbane Bloods. My trades are currently Campo to Lindsay and Perry to Whitfield. Should I change them to get more than 150k to get Hasty or Mariah? And Holland's up next week with current trades. I've got 150k in the bank. Oh, Davidson again. Oh, another +6. Is that 110? Is he on 110? He's on 110. 27 disposals. Ball's still in. Where's Sanders? No, not quite. Davidson 110. Holy hat. Poor kick from whoever that was, Carlton player. So what happened to Fraser? Did Bevo move out of the CBAs? A little bit, yeah. Got a lot of people asking about getting opposed. Well, we'll answer those questions, guys, after the game because we've got all night to discuss it. I can answer all them after. I just want to get through the chat, what we've got tonight. There's so many questions people asking, can I do this trade for Warner to get Davidson's score? So it seems like a lot of people looping Davidson on the bench. I don't know if that won't be a Davidson tackle, I don't think. Come on, Sanders. Sanders been a bit quiet in this quarter. Need him to get going. If he can get an 80 from here, I'd be very happy. But need him to get going. Some tackles would be nice from Sanders. Good tackle from Richards. Motlop lowered his body, so hopefully doesn't get paid. Didn't good. But yeah, Brisbane Buds. Campo Lindsay's good. Perryman to Whitfield. I'd still be keeping those trades, I think. I think you got to. You're going to, I'd be keeping those trades. They're really good trades, Brisbane Bloods. It's worth getting Warren to loop him or just keep him if Bay Smith doesn't play. Well, that's another good point, actually. If Bay Smith doesn't play, you just keep him. But you could get Warren to get this score for sure. Bale's only way I can get Warner and my Primo defender is to trade Data Sinclair, hold Perryman, then next week flick Sink back and upgrade Perryman to Primo mid. I like that, Moon Boy. Definitely could do that. There's Sanders. Really good gather by Sanders there. Davidson again. Here he is. Another kick. He can kick it on either foot. How good is he? You better get... Oh, but it's funny. Who was it that last night played? Mariah played well. Who the hell's going to get the Rising Star Award this week? Davidson's been... Another kick for Davidson. Davidson's been great. Mariah was great last night. I guess if Dogs win, does Davidson fumble? Davidson's insane, says Detached Edits. If Sanders keeps getting 80-ish scores, we can definitely keep him cheapish option that slowly goes up in score. Davidson going up almost 100k so far, says Corey. Only way I can take Davidson is to not get Lindsay. Do I do it? I wouldn't. I'd prefer to get Lindsay. I know it sucks to lose cash, but I think Lindsay's the guy you need. Oh, here's Sanders. Handball. Oh, it was to Davidson, but Kennedy got it instead. There's Gallagher. Is Sanders anywhere around the place? Davidson here. Davidson for a +6. Davidson's there. Gallagher, you idiot. Unbelievable. And he turns it over. See what I mean? More often than not, the player that they don't go to, they should have, and he turns it over. Davidson free for a +6. And he goes, nah, you know what? I'm going to turn it over instead. Absolute idiot. Is that in the back against Cripps? Yep. Free kick to Bailey Williams. Give it the hand. Oh, see, good. Bailey Williams, well done. Gives a handball to Davidson again. Another kick. Oh, my God. Norton Mark lining up to put the Dogs in front. Davidson one playing to us, says Grover. Well, I'll tell you what. He might just be over 120 now. He's on 119. What a score. Going up 102k so far. Davidson, my new F2, says Moon Boy. And has Norton kicked it or has he missed it? It looked like he missed it, but... going up, yep. Manchera was open and Hewitt just kicked it out. WTS has fallen Wrath. Yeah, Chera's been quiet. Libba. Loving Libba from Max there. Luke, LMAO was just about to do the Warner trade, but realised didn't put the emergency on him. Oh, damn it. That sucks. Campbell Baldwin. Feels great to have Libba. Moonboy Sanders gets plenty of tackles, but Champ Data gives them to someone else. 30 disposals for Davidson's ridiculous, Max. What are your thoughts on Jake Bowie? Says Death Noter. I'm not sure. I don't love it, but if you started him, it was great. 31 now for him. Is Ted close if Isaac Kako? I wouldn't be doing that, I don't think, Andrew. 107k made now for Davidson. Is there a magnet on Davidson? Says Detached Edits. Glad I didn't pick Fraser this week, says Grover. Norton, says Karen. What am I watching, says Alex. Davidson's a gun, says Max. Stop burning Davidson, AK I'm a new F1, says Moonboy. Jordan Lane. If I got Davidson on the bench, I chose to play Hall instead. Hope Baslenk is out. Davidson or Swan? Who's Swan? Oh, Dane Swan you're talking about. I'm assuming. Davidson. Oh, he outmarks Hollins. Oh, what a mark. And he kicks it short. That's 125. Sanders bench, says B. Young. Why does that not surprise me that Bevo puts him at the end of the game? So Sanders won't come back on now. It's 4 minutes left. He won't come back on. That's disappointing. Sanders was looking like he was on track for an 85, and he has been a bit quiet in the last quarter. And yeah, there's O'Donnell and kicks a goal. Dogs now 8 points in front now. Davidson 130s for Supercoach, loving it. Need Norton to kick one for my multi, says Adzi. Brisbane Bloods, at least that this Davidson score will mean that Hollins will probably drop out of my best 18. Corey Butledge, 3 touches, 9 marks, 3 tails for Davidson. Do I miss Nevitt to loop him on? You could do. Davidson up to 407k with a 119, says Robo SG. No, Rob Sock G, sorry. Marco, good game. Yep, it's been. Yep, Max, Davidson, Sanders bench. Yep, goal, says Karen. Davidson always 140 Supercoach. We're going up huge here. Dale set up a goal, says Andrew. Yep, first good thing he's probably done all night. Crinkly Cup, why the heck do Carlton prefer Hewitt over Chera? Good question, Crinkly Cup. I'm not sure. But Davidson is the second top scorer, and DeConing 120 as well. So a couple of 120s here, which is great. Dale just got huge gain for Supercoach with goal assists. Yeah, it's weird with Supercoach how it works, but I'd love Sanders to come back on, but I just don't think he will. I think that's the way that Bulldogs roll. So 666 warning, I think. I don't know, get this warning thing. If it's 666, just pay a free kick. So it looks like Sanders and Fraser both being bevoed. Fraser not in the CBAs, and same with Sanders. After Sanders was half the reason why they got back into the game. Well, not half the reason. Like, as in him going to the midfield was a reason why they got back into the game, the Bulldogs. DeConing intercept mark, +6. He's on 126 now. That's a poor kick as well. Bailey Williams intercept mark. I think Davidson's probably now overtaken Marais for the rising star, I think. I think he's done it. It's too good a game. Over 30 touches, he's got it, I reckon. So Fraser's on the field, but not... Fraser, man, go into some space and call for a +6. Like... Nick Haynes should be dropped as well. He's one that's just not impressed at Carlton at all. Oh, please don't tell me DeConing's injured. I think he's okay. 8 frees to Bulldogs is quarter to 0, says Corey. God, glad I got Garcia F7. I'll trade around him, says Andrew. Really hope Gawn can match TDK tomorrow, says Fallen Wrath. I pray for Sanders to come back on with 2 minutes, but I just don't think he's going to. I think that's it. Thanks for the Davidson call, Bales. I owe you a beer, says Jacob. Thanks, mate. And I remember answering your question pre-game, and I was like, I wonder how it would go. But it's gone as well, better than what we could have expected. Oh, great tackle from Sard. I saw Max, you put in great tackle it was. Vandermeer's trash, says Corey. Agreed. Don't think he should be in the team. Not 15, that will be called. Walsh, still just short to TDK. That'll be a 130 for TDK. Like, if Carlton lose this, which it looks like they are unless they kick a goal here, they should not be bringing Pitney in to do better, because Pitney is not the reason why they're losing. English, that'll be a +6 for English. Matt Kennedy +6 coming up. So Sanders missing out on some points here, I think. Blues have to make changes, says Andrew. Hopefully Lucas Camporelli comes back in, because clearly he wasn't the reason why they lost. So flat on Holland, says Grover. Should I bring on Heath for Hall to get Sanders' score? I wouldn't bring in a red dot, Adzi. I'd be bringing in, if you're doing it, it's Corey Warner. Or you're just not doing it. Oh my God, English getting junk points here as well. Couple of +6s here. Probably doesn't deserve these extra points, because it's not like he's been too great, unfortunately. Should have been 50, but anyway. Haynes, shit kick again. Davidson's around the place. Davidson again. Nothing there. That'll be a ball up. Hollands was such a silly pick. I'm mad at myself. I went there as well. I traded him, but I went him. Weston over Sanders as B. Young. Yeah. Dogs have got a lot of spuds on the field instead of Sanders, who should be on. Handball from TDK. No points there for Hollands. He just tapped it. Is Fraser on the ground as well, or... There's Dale trying to go for goal from 80 out or 70 out. Never going to happen. McGovern. Doherty. Too late for Carlton. Walsh handball. Too late. Dogs win. Again, I'm 0-2 for the round. Tip Carlton tonight, so that's fantastic. Let's go English. Never said a single negative thing about Hugh once, this Moon Boy. Not a trade. Heath is in my utility spot, says Adzi. So what are you doing, Adzi? Should I bring in on Heath for Hall to get Sanders' score? To get Sanders' score? We'll have a look in a set. We'll have a look now. We'll have a look at what the scores are. So let's go through the scores. So what do you got? Libra at the top, 138. TDK, 134. Davidson, 125. There will be some coaches out there that have got all three of those players, and they are loving life at the moment. Hewitt 116 has been a great pick if you went there. Kemp 104, Darcy 99, English 99, Kenny 94. Kenny got there in the end. A few other players there. Haynes 89 as well. Chera 83. There was 30-point half for Chera. Really disappointing. Walsh got 80, but again, just not inspiring at all. Sard 79, Cripps 78, Doherty 76. Sanders got 73 in the end. We can't be too angry at that. He should have got more tackles. I'm still convinced he missed 2 tackles, which would have meant an 80, but 73 is not awful. 69 points in the following 3 quarters is pretty good as well. So I'll take it. He had a quieter last quarter, but was still fairly good across them. And Dogs winning is actually probably a good thing for Sanders. So what he got? Did Fraser get a 60 in the end? Fraser 63. Not ideal. His cash gen's really slowing down now, unfortunately. Dale 63 as well. Not great, even though he was better in the last quarter. Holland's 52. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. 52 is just not good at all. He is a high priority to go next week. Hopefully you traded, but I know a lot of people went Day out over Hollands. Day might only score a 50 anyway, so it's probably not going to matter much with a Bedford tag, but it's disappointing. And Carlton are now 0-3. If someone said to me that Carlton would be 0-3 and the Crows would be 3-0, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I would have said, nah, if Crows are 3-0, then Carlton probably won a game or two, but wouldn't have expected there'd be essentially 3 games between Crows and Carlton to start the season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the scores. I don't know why Zach Williams' photo hasn't updated all night, but he was subbed out anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But whose score was I checking? Sanders. So 73. Would I take that over Hall? Probably, yeah. I'll take 73 over Max Hall. I would. Got a lot of chat here since I last did that. Make sure you keep smashing the likes, guys. We've got 27. We need 27 likes to hit 100. We've had 4 streams in a row of over 100 likes. So let's get 100. We've got over 100 watching. So just 27 of you that haven't done it, you can just click a like. It takes 1 click and it helps us out a lot. Please do it and get us to 100 likes. There's at least 36 of you that have not done it yet and maybe more. So make sure you smash a like. Would be very, very much appreciated. Hewitt Sneaky Pot, I'm getting off Chair as soon as I can, says Andrew. Caleb 5, trade Chair to Powell or Dunkley? I'd go get Powell, I think. I wouldn't be paying up at this point in the season, Caleb. There's a lot of chat flying through here. I guess that's what happens when there's a lot of people tuning in. Stud Hewitt last year. Looks like I went a year early, see exceptions. Sanders would be thriving under a different coach. Change my mind, says Moon Boy. I won't change your mind, mate. I agree. Crinkly Cut. Genuinely think my team might be done. 4 red dots and some horror picks still in the team. Mate, just keep going. Just keep week by week. Move forward. Get those red dots out. Get those bad picks out, and you'll be in a good position soon. I've got no doubt. Get Max Hall in for Stone or Dave to Powell. I would be going Dave to Powell. Points or money. I'd be going for points because Powell will make money and score points. So I'll be doing that. Plus, you'll probably get Bice and Marias next week. Need to get dunks in for Cheris, says Andrew. Red lighting. How was Richards always 1 second of fantasy points almost constantly? Agreed, yeah. Could have been a big night for Richards, but just not quite for him. Destinator, what do you think about Bowie? Not for me. I've cooled on that pick. I was originally on it, but just looking at it more, I'm not as keen on it personally. Thank goodness I got Hewitt over Powell, says Christian. Good work, mate. Todd Gray, to get Davo after get defender up to 440k. Any suggestions? Just go to a rookie. You could get Connor O'Sullivan. He's probably the pick. He would be under that, I would assume, Todd. So maybe go that and get, and then take Davidson's score. 0-4 incoming for Carlton against Collingwood. Yeah, Collingwood got the wood over them as well. Do I take Doherty's score over Day? What did Doc end up scoring? 76. Ooh. That's a tricky one, Steve-O. Take Doc's score over Day. I think it's for draft, I'm assuming, Steve-O. I would take the 76 over Day. I don't think Day's going to do very well if he's getting a Bedford tag. Thankfully, I did Sanders over Hollands, and it was a coin flip, says B. Young. Matt Brown, my current trades in Classic is Day and Perryman out. Yep, I like those 2 outs. I'm watching Dan Riolo in tomorrow's game, says Andrew. Matt 435, do I completely F up my trades just to get Davidson? Angry as. So, Matt, what were your trades? Let me know what your trades were. We'll see if we can figure something out. To get Davo, I have to get, I said it before, from Todd. 718 from 8. Not sure how I'm tracking. Bell's calling it early. 3-0 for the Crows. Clamps is on. Hopefully not, Alex. Is it worth keeping Day to get Davidson score on field, says Matt Brown? I think it is. Corey Blackledge, can't get on the app, so many taking Davidson, I guess. Best defender option under 440, only a 440k. Connor O'Sullivan probably for me, or you just go get Bice a week early, Todd. I'd argue you could even do that. Mattman13, hey Bales, I know you have Probs had this question already 15 times, but do we trade in a Warren to get Davidson score? I would, yes, because it's a 125. Like, it's a big score. It's not like you're trading in a red dot. You're getting in a guy that's going to make cash next week. So yes, I would be. Nerman Berdar, would you trade in a non-playing forward rookie to get Davidson score? No. I wouldn't be trading in a red dot to get Davidson score. It's Corey Warner, or you're not getting the points. Find a way to get the cash, not without destroying your team, but I would be trading in a blue dot like a Corey Warner. Sorry. Fallen Wrath, Hewitt was the pick over Chera, but you hold he'll bounce back. I'd be holding Chera for the time being. Brisbane Blood, should I get Closey or Henderson in instead of Lindsay to get money to get Hollands to a pre next week? No. You have to get Lindsay, Brisbane Bloods. I wouldn't be doing that. I'd just be figuring out a way next week. I'm passing on Bice, says Andrew. Fair enough. Raz Esports, Davidson on my bench. Do you have him as the emergency, Raz? Thanks for all your efforts answering all our questions all the time, Bales, says MJ. All good, mate. You guys are all the loyal people that tune in every week, so happy to answer all the questions. Keep flying them through. I'll be live for probably another 10, 15 minutes, probably because everyone's going to be asking about Davidson. Got 113 watching. We're 16 likes away from 100 likes, so please keep smashing the like button. There's a few people that still haven't done it yet. Smash a like so we can get 100 likes on the video and keep the streak of 100 plus likes going. But MJ, I really appreciate the kind words, mate. Is Dan Rioli an option next week, says Andrew, potentially. Todd Gray, you got any thoughts on Toru Travali, Bales? Good player. I think he's a sub, though, so I wouldn't be trading him in this week. Fraser Stewart next week, says Caleb Collette, potentially, depending on how Stewart goes. I don't know if Stewart's going to go very well, though, in the wet, but we'll see. Andrew Gers, I've done Data Never, 300k for next week. I like it. Hi, Jimbo. I held Dane trader Hollands to Powell. Leaving me with 150k. I think that went well. Yes, it did. Hi. Very good trade, mate. Joel Turner. Hey, Bales. Thoughts on playing Closey over Day if not the sub? If not the sub, but you're going to... you will know, actually. It's a play, Joel. It's a play. To stomach it, obviously, is the one thing, obviously. But I probably would, to be honest. You might get a 90 or 100 from Closey in the wet if he's not sub, whereas Day, I don't see him going over 80. Woo Gaming, Garcia or Day out to get Corey Warner? I'd be going Garcia out over Day. Detached Jets, please, McRae, I beg tomorrow, says Detached. I think he'd be good tomorrow. Sean Wennell, Frazier to Marias and Taylor or Trainer up. You could do that, yep. You could do that. I'd go Taylor up. Taylor's probably got to go, unless he goes big tomorrow. Tom Elliott, doing Perryman and Day to Never and Nasai, is it worth doing a complete rearrange to get that Davidson score? So, Tom, what would be your rearrangement? That would be my question. It depends what you're doing. Because I like those trades. Perryman and Day, Never and Nasai is good. Detached, Toby doesn't get rested if they're too far ahead. I don't think McRae will get rested, no. +3 goes to Bales for suggesting to Phil Davidson over Garcia. Thanks, mate. All good, mate. Happy to help. I'm glad I got a call right, which is good. Haven't had too many of them to start the season. Pretty much fielding Davidson over Garcia and starting Dawson over Brayshaw was probably my two calls I've got right. That's about it. Is Denry on option next week? Yeah, potentially Andrew. Angelo, Zorko with his elite run or save 120k with Nasai. I'd be saving the 120k and going with Nasai. Any taking concerns with Dawson, says Marco? Maybe with Will Phillips, but can Will Phillips really stop Dawson? I don't think so. So not really for me, but you never know. You do good. Hang on. You do good. Where's it? Chat keeps jumping around. You do good work, Bales. Traders come back to SA. You going along again? Yes, Todd, I will be. Yep, for sure. Matt435, I would need to get... and appreciate the kind words as well. Todd, I should have said that as well. Matt435, I would need to get random red dot or buy forward instead of Nevitt. You could get Corey Warner in. He's obviously the blue dot. If you're talking about getting Davidson score, Matt, you could get Corey Warner instead if you want to take the 120. Brisbane Buds, next week, I could go Hollands to Marias and Luke Marias and later as my third mid-rook and then upgrade Hasty to a good rookie or someone else who flops to a premium. I like that, Brisbane Buds. I like that. Keep that. Matt 435 to Luke Davidson. I would consider it, Matt, if you're happy to miss Nevitt. See, there's Trelaw and Bomp there. Pretty happy with the win. Hi, Bales. Got Davidson. Now, who should I play? Hall v. Hewitt. I'd be playing Hall out of the two. MJ Bales, thoughts on Dawson win the Brownlow this year, says MJ. I hope so. Probably got 6 votes already. So I hope so. I'd love a Crows player to win the Brownlow. I can't remember. Like, Rashudo won, obviously, but I can't actually remember him winning it because obviously I was too young. So I loved, oh my gosh, Dawson won the Brownlow. Holy hat. Still have Hollands FML, says P exercised. Yep, he's got to go. Corey Blackledge, I'm loving Davidson in all my Supercoach leagues so far, 132. Yeah, I've got him in Supercoach as well. We're on 95 likes, 5 away. Can 5 people press a like? That'd be fantastic to get 100, keep the streak going. So make sure you smash a like. When do we know if Closey's sub or not? 6:30 Eastern tomorrow, I believe. I think the games start at 7. Yeah, so Warner or Nevitt to get Davidson's score. Yeah, you get Warner instead of Nevitt to get Davidson's score if you want to do that. Andrew's waving there. G'day, mate. For draft, for Davidson, that is. Oh, yeah, cool. Yep. Are we holding Sanders this week? The 73 is okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I think Sanders is a low priority at the moment. Damn, Davidson, says Murphy. Detached Jets, Warner's look good as well. Aside from points, he's playing well. I may be able to beat DT Lemon, says Andrew. There you go. We'll have to see how you go. Oak, Day or Levi Ashcroft on field? I'd still be I think I'd be going Day just because Levi's playing in the wet. Corey Bloodedge, why didn't I think of Platinum Davidson for game day squad? I did think about him, just wasn't ballsy. Tom Elliott, trades would have been something like Day to Warner and Perryman, but I'd be fading Nevitt. I think I'd be fine. And so Perryman to Nasaya and Day to Warner. I think that you can do that. I still don't know if Nevitt's the must-have. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Is he a must-have or is he not? But you're getting Corey Warner in who's going to make cash and you're going to get a 120 this week. So you're going to get points. Okay, you might lose cash this week from that, but Corey Warner might make money. It just depends Nevitt might make, say, a bit more than Corey Warner. Are you happy to risk that and take Warner on? But I think I would probably look at doing it. If this was me, if this was my own team and I had Davidson on the bench and I could bring in Warner over Nevitt, I think I probably would. I think I'd probably do it. Going to fade Nevitt to take the score. Just need to watch if Bailey's are laid out, then I'll pivot back. Yeah, exceptions. That's a good point, actually, for Tom as well. For anyone that's looking at that. If Bailey Smith is somehow laid out tomorrow, then you don't worry about Corey Warner and you just do whatever trades you're looking at doing. Alex was trading Foster, Nevitt, and Data Rankin. Would you switch first trade for Stone to Warner and miss Nevitt to Luke Davis? Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'd do that. I would do that. You still keep Foss as well. He might pop an 80 and make cash. And Stone, he might make a little bit more, but he stops. Warner will make cash. I'd be happy to do it. Thanks again for your help, says Alex. All good, mate. Happy to help. That's why I'm doing the watch-alongs, mate. Happy to help people as we watch the game together. Matt Brown, no way of getting Davidson scoring on field. Accidentally left Camporelli and utility and needed it to use it to get a mid to Warner. Let's hope Hall kicks 5 against Richmond. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Matt. Hopefully Hall goes well for you. Caleb Fife, would you trade Cherrett or was it just a bad game? 83 is not awful. It was his lowest score for the season. He's a low priority if you to look at trading out. Dylan Willis, Dunkley, McRae or Dawson captain. You can go watch my captain video. I recorded it yesterday, detailed there. It's about 20 minutes if you want to watch that, Dylan. But I would be going McRae. He's my number 1. Dawson, my number 2. Dunkley, number 6, I believe. Michael, Skurmai, Gore, Fortish. I hope I've got that correct, Michael. Very hard last name to pronounce, mate. But I'll just call you Michael from here. Nod or Ashcroft on field? I'll be playing Nod on field. Just with the wet weather for Ashcroft could affect him a bit. Andrew Grievous, Nevitt be 750k soon, easy upgrade. Marco, can Fraser go? Potentially if you've got no issues, but I think people got more issues. Tim Ashworth, Day to Closey, Perryman and Nasai are okay with 258k for next week. Yeah, they're fine. Yep. I don't know if I'd prefer Corey Warner to... not Corey Warner, actually, if you're taking Dad's score, but I don't know about Closey still. I'd still prefer Max Hall, but if you've got Max Hall, then you can go Closey for sure. Sneeko, thoughts on putting a defender rookie on field instead of getting Sinclair to get 2 upgrades next week? Thoughts on putting a defender rookie on field instead of getting Sinclair to get 2 upgrades next week, says Sneeko. No, because Sinclair's an upgrade. So I'd be happy with Sinclair and you just get the 1 upgrade next week. Sneeko, that's what I'd do. Parker, Babek, Garcia or Hall on field this week. I think both are on the bench, so maybe whoever's not the sub. But if you had to back one in, I'd back in. I think Garcia's got the higher upside, so I'd back him in. But he could also be a red vest, so if that's your worry, you could go Hall. Footy Frenzy, Reed or Foss on field, can't loop. I'd go Murphy-Reed. Better matchup against the Eagles compared to Foss against the Crows in Adelaide, so I'd be going for Murphy-Reed. Craig Cooper, Camporelli worth keeping. If he comes back in, yeah. I believe that, and we got 100 likes. Appreciate all the legends getting us to 100 likes once again. We're 48 away from 150, so can we maybe get 150? Even 125. We still got a lot of people watching. I'm going to see Camporelli. Do they play Thursday or Friday night, Carlton Collingwood? I'd imagine they probably do. Oh, first game of the round. Lovely. So we're going to know if Campo's in and if he's the sub or not. So we'll know. If he's not in next week, Craig, you can trade. If he's the sub, you can trade. If he's in and not the sub, I think we keep. Fallen Raft Bales, why do I feel safer having the C with Zorko than with McRae? Oh, well, I wouldn't be. I'd feel very nervous having Zorko captain over McRae. If you don't want McRae captain, go for another option, but I wouldn't be captaining Zorko. He's in the wet. The ceiling score's not going to be there. I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be going McRae or a Dawson or someone else. Definitely not Zorko. If the weather was better, it'd be different, but it's not, unfortunately. Brisbane Bloods, how many points is the trade estimated to be worth points-wise? If it's a 50 and you think Nevitt or someone else will go 75, would it be worth to use a trade, not in the position, but for others? I think it's different, Brisbane Bloods, because if you're bringing in Corey Warner, you're getting a guy that should be back next week and making cash. It's not a red dot, so it's a little bit different. I don't even know what... I know that 10 points is, 100k? And I think DT Lemon says a trade's normally worth... I don't even know what it is, actually. I'm not sure. Lemon's probably a good one to ask that one. This Davidson score, what a gun. I've got 215k in the bank for next week. I like it. A high Jimbo, Max Hall or Reed on field. I'm assuming that's Murphy Reed. I'll be playing Max Hall on field. OMG Fraser, WTF says Ben. Yeah, not great from Fraser tonight. Bolt at broken for your bales. Just tried to check it. I'm not sure. I'll have a quick look for you. Exceptions to see if it's broken as well. Is it the app though? I don't have the Bolter app. I haven't downloaded it yet. I've just got the website. No, the website's working for me. So, wish I went TDK VC over Rosie. That would have been handy. But Davidson on field in Bolter as well. That's nice. Maltesing Thursday night. Got my tickets for the Pies game. Always a good way to see how we will go for the year. Big bloody game for both teams. Agreed. Carlton have to win. If they don't, they're going to be 0-4. And not many teams come back from being 0-4 to play finals. So, I still think they should be putting Doherty at halfback. I really don't know why they're like so hell-bent on playing Doherty outside of where he's been successful for a number of years. Play him at halfback. It's not a hard call. It really, really isn't. I'm sure Carlton fans probably want him at halfback as well. So, Maltese, are you a Collingwood fan? I'm assuming you are. Oh, yeah, I've got the app. Website might be fine. Any defenders you like for under 760k, says Detonator? I would have said probably no. There's not really. I would have said Lawson Humphries if it wasn't raining. Bowie's probably the best one under that price, but I don't love it either. Hold centers after tonight's performance is Callum Fife. I probably am. Yep. He was never probably going for me next week anyway, but it's a good thing he probably scored well. Any updates with scores? Doesn't look like it. I'd love if one Sanders tackle would be really helpful to 70. 77 looks so much better than 73. I don't think they've updated the scores just yet. A lot of questions flowing through there. I've smashed through a heap of questions. 105 likes. Let's keep smashing them through. Let's get 120 before I finish up. 15 more people to smash a like. Chera, Sanders and Fraser get another week. Don't panic, people. I think Fraser's done enough in the first 3 weeks to get one more week. He had a poor score tonight, but I wouldn't be worrying too much just yet. Maybe if he has another poor score. If you're in a luxury position, you could look at it, but who have the Dogs got next week? Dogs got Freo. Not bad matchup. Over at Optus as well. Not a bad matchup at all. Cherry definitely gets another week as well. And Sanders, I think, has bought himself another week. Fraser, if you had a luxury trade, you could go up, but you're probably having to go up. So, Campbell Baldwin still can't decide close your hole. I would be going Max Hall Campbell out of the two. Better job security and's got Richmond. Exceptions, yeah, Davison on field and Bolter get in there. Oh, very, very happy. So, actually, I'll be able to do this now. I can put Sam Wicks on the field for Cornerstone and get that 125 looping on field. That felt nice. That felt pretty bloody good. So far, what do we got? Fraser 63, Rosie 84, DeConing 134, Horn Francis 74, Sanders 73, Reed 83, and Davidson 125. So both my loops have worked actually, which is good. So, yeah, love it. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 636 from 7. But if you're minus the bottom 4 scores, that would be Sanders, Hornbag, Rosie, and Fraser. So my only scores technically counting at the moment is Reed. Oh, no, hang on. Rosie scored 1 more point than Reed. So technically my scores counting is Davidson, DeConing, Rosie. So 3 scores. But obviously I'm going to have a lot more scores under 83. So good base, though, to start after a few weeks. I want to have a look at the Content Creators Cup whereabouts I'm in my matchup. Who have I got this week? So I got Luke from Ball Boys. So he had Hollands 52. I don't know if he traded. I think he traded Day instead. And English 99. I've only had Fraser in our matchup. So he's got Davidson on the bench looping. Does he have a way to bring him on? So at the moment he's got Max Hall on the field. So whether he changes his trade to get Corey Warner in, I don't know. But I've got the 125. So there will be some people there that won't do it. But he's got DeConing VC though, 134. That's not a great start for me, unfortunately. Could be in a bit of trouble again in another matchup in the Content Creators Cup. Hold centers. Oh, yeah, set it for. Yep. Aiden Baliga. Man, I was so close to filling Davison over Hall tonight. Yeah, I know. A lot of people said that. That was very, very close decision. Wicks was useful for you finally, says Exceptions. Exactly right, mate. Wicks scored 125 this week, essentially. So Very, very good. I'm glad I got him. Otherwise, I would have to... if I didn't have start Wicks, I would have to change my trades and not get Rankin and get in Corey Warner. So maybe it's going to sort of... the points might work out. 7 for 616, hoping that's a good start, says Fallen Wrath. Carlton 5, I've got 823 from 8. Is that good? Yes, very good. If you got it from 8 as well, that's massive. I've had 5 for 489 as exceptions. It sounds like a solid start. If you get nearing 100 points a player to start, that's pretty good, I think. So, obviously, so there's some poor scores in there as well from some people. But the fact that Reed an 83 and Davidson 125, those two scores on a Friday night is going to count for us, hopefully, you'd think. Davidson obviously definitely will, but the other ones won't. Hopefully, Reed doesn't. Hopefully, Reed doesn't count for us, actually, and then we get that. But I actually believe... I think I've already got 3 scores below Reed, so I'd imagine that he'll count for me. I've already got a 73, 74, and 63, so he will count for me. I doubt very much that I'll have every player from here go over that, but we will see. Still got 100 people watching. Appreciate everyone still tuning in once the game's done. Passed on Hewitt for Powell. Hope I don't regret that. I don't think he will. I think Powell will be good. Fallen Wrath, I've got 280s for my primo mids. My season's cooked. Who's your primo mids, Fallen Wrath? I'm assuming I'm assuming Walsh and Rosie, probably. That sucks. B Young, can you talk up Rankin? Why is this different from last year? Says B Young. You're getting a lot more midfield than last year. Full preseason as well, which is great. Obviously, Rankin has had limited preseason in the past. Full preseason. Play a lot more midfield. Crows are better. Rankin's not going to be the tag team, I don't think, now with how well Dawson's playing. So I just think, and he's a forward as well, and then there's not as many forwards. So I think Rankin's a top 6 forward, and you're getting him priced in the mid 80s. So I like it. That's what I'm doing. Huge scores early, good 180 from last round. Yeah, exactly. And we probably didn't say this as well. It's good Watchalong. Like the Watchalong, this is the first time in a long time we actually had a pretty positive Watchalong. Obviously, Fraser wasn't great and Hollands wasn't great, but all in all, a lot of people got Libra out there as a pod. TDK, Davidson, obviously huge. English was okay. Like Sanders got there in the end to a certain degree. That's fine. Like all in all, it was a lot more positive watching. It wasn't like everyone going over 100 positive, but it wasn't too bad. Gits Hollands to Nevitt and rookie fix up. Hollands to Nevitt and rookie fix up. Or Hollands to Hull and Perriman to Nassar or Sinclair would have to fix 2 rookies next week. Is this for this week, Gits? Are you talking about this week? So if you trade a Hollands, you can't edit that. If he's then got to go. But if you've done it, Hollands to Never and rookie fix up, or Hollands. Okay, you're just saying. Oh, sorry, I'm reading it properly now. Then so Hollands to Never. I just had a mental blank then. Hollands is going out and either. So it's either Hollands to Never and a rookie fix up, or Hollands to Hull and Perriman on to Nassar or Sinclair. I'll be doing the second one. I'd get the 2 rookies next week, get Marias and Bice, and you're solid. So I'd be doing the second one. Miss Never, which is unfortunate, but I think get the other 2 rookies are going to make cash anyway. Get Hull, get Perriman up to Nassar or Sinclair, whichever one you prefer. I was Sinclair for a few days, then I was Nassar, Sinclair. I'm on Nassar at the moment. I think that 12K could be important for me next week. If I was to pick out of the 2, I think Sinclair could go bigger this week. So if you're looking for a score this week, Sinclair, but I think both are going to be great. Nassar could also go big. Rosie and Cherry, it sucks, says Fallen Wrath. Yeah, I know it sucks, unfortunately, but hopefully they respond for you. They're both good picks. Never mind, forget about the Reed 83, says Callum Fife. Exceptions, Fraser to Mills is something I'm really interested in now after this game. Yeah, I won't do it next week, but that'll be definitely something I'll be looking at in maybe 2 weeks' time if Mills is back next week. I'll hold Fraser Pro for 1 more week to see what he does and see what other issues I've got, because I just don't know what else I'll have, but that's definitely something I'm looking at. I'm even looking at Taylor to Mills the following week and doing like weeks down, get 100K, then go Taylor to Mills and having him as my D6 and having a settled defensive line. That might be what I consider doing. Fevelenko, I'll swap my trade in of Rankin to Bice to bring in Davidson's 125 score and 618K to bank to add Dane and Ash next week. Swap ranking and bias to bring Dave. I don't know if you can't get Davidson's score though from bias though. You have to have someone else. Who have you got Fevelenko to get Davidson's thing? I do like the inner ranking, so I don't know if I'd change it. But if it gets you the 125, then I guess you could. Oh, hi, Jimmy with a super chat. Thanks, mate. This late in the stream. Very much appreciated. Love your work, Bales. Love these streams. Thanks, mate. I enjoy doing them as well. Obviously, and I would be lying if I say it's a lot more enjoyable than what it was when there was only 5 people watching, put it that way. When there's constantly 70, 80, 90, 100 people watching, it makes it very enjoyable to watch these games. Obviously, I'm watching the games anyway, right? Like, might as well do a watch-along for them if I'm at home watching the game. But getting to interact with all you guys, help out with questions, get to react to the scores together, it's enjoyable. So I appreciate everyone, as always. 112 likes as well. Can we get another 13 before we finish up for 125? That'd be good. Any thoughts on Salem to save cash for elsewhere? Don't mind Salem. Stephen May back. I don't mind Salem as a pick. He can burn you, though. That's my only worry. Get MJ to join us, says Angelo. It's a bit hard to get anyone to jump on the watch along with me just because I use it through OBS and I don't exactly know how to get people in on the OBS. But yeah, we'll hopefully get MJ on for a pod at some point, though. Is it worth trading in a red dot, says LBM Mobro? Not for Davidson's score. I wouldn't get in a red dot. I'd get in Corey Warner. That's the one that everyone's jumping on. So you get Corey Warner in now. Blue dot, he'll make cash next week. I wouldn't trade in a red dot. I just don't think it's worth it. You bring in Corey Warner and you get the score. That's what I'd be doing. Because I don't think there's no other rookies I'd be bringing in. So it's Corey Warner or you don't do it. Started the week at around the 5,500 rank. Not started too bad this week. Did trade into Farrell though, says Keaton. Yeah, unfortunately, Farrell was disappointing last night. Not all a fault of his own, but yeah, it's obviously he was disappointing. Nicky Joe Caruso, watching the footy with your commentary is great. Makes me feel better about myself as your second guest if a tackle would be awarded. Yeah, that's good to hear, Nicky Joe. Appreciate the kind words there, mate. Phoenix Blaster, Farrell was not my smartest move in this week, but it was for Perryman anyway. Yeah, and that's a good call, right? If you go Perryman to Farrell, it's not the worst, right? Farrell will be better. He's got the Saints next week, so if there's ever a chance to get a big bounce back score from Farrell, it's next week. Marley Rodden, is it stupid to change my trade from Perryman to Rioli in a Cornerstone to Corey Warner to get Davidson's 125? No, I don't think. No, it's not stupid at all. And I probably would do it, to be honest, because I don't think Rioli's a slam. He's not like if you were talking to me about saying you're passing on a Nasiah or a Sinclair to get the score, it would make me question it slightly. But the fact you're going instead of Rioli, you get to watch Rioli for a week as well. You can bring him in next week. Cornerstone's not going to make a huge amount more cash. You get Corey Warner, who's going to make cash, and you get 125. Who probably, that's more of a score than what Rioli would have done anyway. So, trade Perryman next week, get Davidson's 125, and you can go Perryman to anyone. You might even be able to go to Mills if he's named. Fevelenko, defender forward, red dot in the back line for this week exactly. Sanders and Perryman out, swing my dot in the forward line, then Wang and Bice in. Yeah, love it, mate. Yep. Yeah, do it. Obviously, though, you bring in a forward and you don't get Bice this week, I'm assuming, because you got to have a blue dot to get Davidson's score on. MMA fan, trades with Perryman to Bice and Banks to Marais. Do I change my trade of Garcia into Lipinski to get Davidson's 125? I wouldn't be trading Lipinski in, MMA fan. I'd be saving cash and just getting Corey Warner in and use that cash for next week. So, what are you doing? So, you're going Perryman to Bice and Banks to Marais. Banks and Marais is obviously done already because obviously Marais is locked in. I'd keep that trade. I would go Garcia to Warner. B Young, do you do team reviews for Patrons only on Q? B Young, yeah, yep. So for all Patrons, you get the Ask Me on Q service for free. So if you become Patreon at patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, then you get free team reviews all year round on the Ask Me on Q. So you pretty much just send me a message, say you want a team review. I give you a voucher code for Ask Me on Q, and you get it for free. You don't get charged for anything. So if you do want to become Patreon, then you aren't yet, then you can become Patreon at patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. You get free team reviews all year round. You get exclusive Q&As throughout the year. I'm sure there'll be other bonus content. Although Max had a good suggestion about reviewing a few of the top teams in the Patreon Cup. So for the listener, for all the Patreons there's an open league for cash prizes there. I might look at the top 5 teams, maybe after round 5, maybe after the early season buys are done, and do that. So I reckon that's a good idea. And other stuff as well. And but if you want to just ask me a question on Q and just get charged that way, and don't want to do the Patreon, then feel free. Head to askmeonq, spelled qu.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics if you'd like to help us out. Small fee there, but you're getting all personalised audio response, and you get a full team review, anything you want. So if you'd like to do that and help support us at the same time, then head over there as well. Links to both are in the description. And I get Bice next week, or should I go down to Warner and get that cash? Get Warner this week, then get Bice next week, MA fan. That's what I'd do. Score adjustments, TDK -4, Libba +4. At least TDK still got the 130. Would you still trade Sanders next week after this performance as Phoenix Blaster? I think he's a low priority still to trade, but you could still trade. Next week will be a double downgrade being best 18, Bison Rice for Perryman and Sam Taylor. Don't mind that, Todd. A lot of cash in the bank to maybe go bang, bang the week after. Should I go Hollands to Warner and Day to Petrarca, or Hollands to O'Driscoll and Day to Rankin? Warner to get Davidson's 125. I would do the first option, Hollands to Warner and Day to Petrarca. I like that one. I like Rankin. You could arguably go Rankin over Petrarca and just put a forward in your mid, Zach. I'd consider doing that. But if you want Petrarca over Rankin, then I'd be happy to do... I'd still go the first one. Get Warner in, get the 125. Second trade's good, says Phoenix Blaster. Fevlenko, I did get that. My red dot was a defender forward, so I moved... Oh, sorry. I'm the one that's not getting it. Sorry, my bad. I'm the one that didn't do it. So you got a defender forward red dot that you put in for Sanders. That left 2 defender spots for Perryman out. Okay, yep, I get it now. Ben, Campo's my utility. I'm trying to reverse my Lindsay trade, and it says system error when I try to bring in Corey Warner into that utility spot. Am I missing something? Well, you can't move Campo. So you got to have a mid forward in your forward line to put onto your forward bench. So if you've got Max Hall on your bench in your forward line, you can do, and you can put him into your mid bench. But unfortunately, Ben, with Campo being in your utility, if you can't make it work around that, you probably can't do the trade, unfortunately. Hopefully, though, you should have a mid forward, though, to put into your mids for the week and put that player into your midfield and then go get Corey Warner on your field. You should be able to make it work somehow, Ben. So... alrighty, I might call it there. Obviously been on for a fair while. I've got a few Patreon things to answer, some questions and whatever, and get this podcast exported. Long one tonight, but appreciate everyone that tunes in as always. Rank is my only forward, by the way. Says Fevelenko. But yeah, make sure you smash a like. We've got 114 likes. Let's get 11 more people liking to get that to 125. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Cheers, Bales. Thanks, Todd, mate. Very much appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Subscribe to our channel. We're... what was I trying to say? We're nearly at 3,600 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. 4K is the big goal next. Hopefully we can end that, get that before the end of the season. We'll be back tomorrow night, though, for another watch-along. So we'll be doing... Out of the two, whether we do Brisbane Geelong or Hawks Giants, I'm thinking Hawks Giants because I feel like that'll be the better game to watch. I don't know if I want to watch Brisbane and Geelong in the wet. So I might do Hawks Giants, but I might do a poll tomorrow to see what people want to do. But I'm thinking Hawks Giants could be the play. But we'll be live at 6:45 or 7:15 Eastern, 4:15 Perth time for that watch-along. Cheers, Buzz, says Fevlenko. All good, mate. Thank you very much. But as I said, smash like on the video, subscribe to our channel, become a patron if you'd like to at patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. I'm doing team reviews tonight, so you guys can get your team reviewed if you'd like to do that and get in on all the extra bonus content at Patreon, or head to Ask Me on Q if you just want the team review at askmeonq.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. That's spelled QU, but both the links are in the description, so you can easily access those two. Oh, hi, Jimbo. Love this one. Bales tuning into these streams gives me great atmosphere. That's good to hear, mate. Thanks so high, mate. Appreciate it. Jacob Robb, I need help. If I trade Garcia for someone who's not going to play, will Davidson's score count to my total if he's on my bench? Yes. If he's on your bench, Jacob, and he is emergency, then it will count. If he's not emergency, it won't count. He has to be an emergency. And if you go Garcia to someone like a Corey Warner, you'll get Davidson's score if he's emergency. So that's where it sits there. But we've been going for a while, so I'm going to go have some dinner. I'm hungry. So appreciate everyone tuning in as always. As I said, do all the stuff that I just said before, and we're back tomorrow night for another watch-along. So appreciate everyone that tuned in. Thanks for the super chat. There's a couple there tonight. Appreciate those there. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully your scores go well in the first few games tomorrow. Jacob, thank you so much. All good, mate. Happy to help. But yeah, hopefully all your scores go well in the first few games tomorrow. So what have we got? 1, 2. We've got 2 games tomorrow. We've got obviously the first game. Actually, sorry, before I go, who is the games tomorrow? That's a good question. So tomorrow we've got Melbourne and Gold Coast. Good game, that one. And then St Kilda, Richmond. So hopefully some points there. And then we've got the 2 games tomorrow. So should be good. Hopefully all your players go well in those 2 games. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for the other watch along. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. See ya.